What's up, everybody? Love and light, peace and blessings, and welcome to Cataleia's World. So, we have a very spicy topic today, okay? that I'm sure is going to get a lot of people pissed off, but it's okay because we're going to talk about it. So, we're basically talking about child support and pretty much is it like something that is systematically put in place to oppress black men, or even basically change situations in families and households. Like, let's talk about it. We're going to definitely do that. We're going to dive into child support. I think this is a topic that really needs to be spoken about because a lot of people don't understand what's pretty much going on. So before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and let my special guest introduce himself, which you guys already know who he is. Yeah, he's been on this platform a couple times before. And that's like, this is my family, like in real life, my bro,
Right.
all of the above. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I want to tell everybody, I'm appreciative each and every time I come on Catalyst Speak. I have to tell you how proud I am of you on this platform every time I come on. Um, love you to death. And you guys should know me by now. If not, I'll reintroduce myself. I go by Young Pharaoh. Um, I would like to say I am, unless somebody proves me wrong, I am the first black university owner in the country. I would like to say that. I am the first black independent CEO owner of a university. On top of the fact being a polymath, and my goal and aim is to restore the philosophical understanding of the ancient Egyptians into the modern day psyche of black people, and to accumulate currency and business ventures, which restore us to the position that our ancestors intended for us to be in. And with that being said, we're going to be talking about an aspect of this system which may be hindering, if not that process, your own individual process in your life as a man or woman, specifically a black man or woman, but not limited to. And I'll pass this back over to Catalina.
So one of the things that I wanted to point out, I wanted to point out the fact that in the child support system, it's a lot of black men mostly who are not able to afford pretty much the amount of child support that is being placed on them. And so when they're not able to afford it, I really think, like, I understand you have to take care of your children. So I don't want to get this misconstrued what I'm saying. I understand you need to take care of your children. But the amount of monies that is being imposed on a lot of minority, which I don't want to call it that, or black or indigenous, whatever you want to call yourself, men, is really strenuous, especially on the economic growth of black men. Okay.
Right.
And then you have this system where they go into arrears. And when they go into arrears, guess what happens? They begin to get put in jail. Their jobs, they lose their jobs. They lose their driving privileges, and it's a lot of things that go into place. So if the man is not able to drive, if the man is not able to work, how is he going to provide for the family?
Exactly.
So I wanted to, like, just say a little bit of that to give you a little synopsis of my thought process on on the whole child support, basically hindering black men.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you.
I agree with that. And I think what people need to realize is the weaponization of child support, not just by women or men, but by the state. Okay. So let me give you an example. If I don't like Leia, and she's coming to my court system with, let's make a random guy up, guy number B. Okay, I can give guy number B legislation or favoritism to secretly slit Leia's throat because I don't like her anyway. So what people have to realize is child support before we even go into child support, we have to realize child support is one thing, but the state is using that as a medium to break your home apart. So is it about supporting the child, or is it about revoking somebody's license? Is it about supporting the child, or is it about locking somebody up? Is it about supporting the child, or is it about making sure that somebody stays financially oppressed and can't and you can guarantee that their salary will never allow them to be a threat to you by being financially independent? So honestly, I really don't want to hear nothing about child support, because we got billionaires on the planet who, if they just use 10% of their wealth, they could stop hunger. So if child support was really the issue, all of the rich people, why their taxes don't go to a specific bank account that's specifically for children and homeless people? That's what I would do. That's what if I was ruling the world, I would say, listen, rich people, y'all taxes don't go to regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all taxes go to homeless people, children, women, and children who are in need. So it's not even about child support. Let's be clear on that. But since we're gonna act like it is, yeah,
No,
child.
I want you to talk about that. Like,
Oh, here we go.
this
Yeah,
is I already told you. Whenever you all here, this is your show.
we get it. We get it spicy. We get it spicy then. Yeah, it's not about child support. It's about warfare being waged on an economic level, on a financial level. You feel what I'm saying? And what black people have to realize is we falling into the trap every time. We complaining to see what's happening is this home wrecker, right? A home wrecker. Women think that another woman is the home wrecker, right? But the other woman ain't the home wrecker. The other woman, and I'm not saying there's home wreckers out there, but the other woman might come make your home better, might come make it pop, might come make it fun. I'm just saying, the home wrecker is the person that's on that bench with that gavel. See, so let me give you an example. If I'm in a relationship with Leia and we going through a dispute, in her mind, I'm her enemy. Now, for her to extract an attack on me, she's going to take me to family court. That's what she's going to do.
That happens.
Right. Now, when we get in family court, she going to tell all our business to the person that's really the enemy. Because she looking at me like I'm her enemy, and I'm not your enemy. And you going to spew all my business to this person. And this person don't like man one of us. So could you imagine, let me give you an example. Could you imagine two black people in a courtroom in family court spewing a business in front of a racist judge and a racist DA
who don't care?
Yeah, and they just like, oh, okay, well, man, and they about to tear the whole family up for the next 18 years. They're finna tear this family apart for the next 18 years. So what black people got to realize is, if we're gonna beef, we got to beef in house. If we can solve our own problems, let's start being responsible adults and solving our own problems. I don't have, like, for example, me personally, I will never go on child support. For one, because I would never talk to a woman who would try me like that, because I'm not going for that. Second of all, also to counterbalance that, I do things to where a woman knows if whether we together or not, I don't need a white man to tell me to take care of my kids.
Right.
So, for example, me and my son's mother is not together, but we still have a beautiful relationship. We talk probably every day. She don't even have to ask me to do things for him. I don't mind sending him some things he need or buying him things he need. So a real man that's psychologically connected to his children is going to support his children regardless. So really what it comes down to is who's weaponizing family court. The state is using it to attack black people, and then black people are using it to attack each other for petty reasons. But in all actuality, let's not act like the child is not being supported. Let's be real on that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's sending you $25,000 of. You see these celebrities asking for crazy ass astronomical numbers.
Crazy amounts.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the child. Let's just be real on that. You want to obtain most women ask for child support for 3 reasons. For 2 reasons, excuse me. You want to maintain the lifestyle that you had with that man.
Right.
That you no longer have, that since you're no longer with that man. That's for 1. Or for 2, you know what I'm saying? That's basically, you want to treat him like he's an ATM. and you want to have the things that you want in your personal life off of somebody else's back. But it's never really about the child because the child is supported. You know what I'm saying? The child is supported. And when we're talking about child support, why is child support being given in the least amount of form where it's needed? Child support is not a financial thing, it's a mental thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Children don't need to feel supported because the child support check came in the mail. Children need somebody to play in the room with them. Children need somebody to explore their imagination with them. Children need a fucking friend. You know what I'm saying? That's what children need. They need a friend that they can relate to and feel comfortable with. That's what children need. So, the whole child support construct to me should be thrown in the garbage. And we need a new form of child support. We need to be able to say, listen, not even just for parents that are together, but people who put their kids up for adoption, whatever. We need a system that says, listen, you're in an unfortunate position. We're not going to lie to you about that, but we're going to make sure your quality of life is still equal to the standard of a normal person. So if somebody comes to an orphanage, why is the orphanage not filled with the latest technology and the latest toys and the latest clothes and the latest food? So even though a child is not able to have a lifestyle provided to them by the parent, the standard lifestyle should still be provided to the child. So that's what the real problem is. We live in a world where it's dog eat dog, and if you're not able to do for yourself, you pretty much finished. But
Right.
those rules should never apply to a child. Those rules shouldn't apply to anybody, but let alone a child. Children should be off limits. So we should have a pipeline. Stuff like paying for your lunch in school. Who created that? Why? Why do we gotta pay for lunch? Why do kids gotta pay for lunch in school?
Right. They shouldn't even have to do that in the first place. That should be just a given. It doesn't matter how much your parents make. It should just
Exactly.
automatically come with going to school.
And then you put an immature group of beings in the same room, and then we wonder why kids got anxiety and depression. And we think, damn, why this kid, got issues because they've been getting ribbed on in the lunchroom all day because they couldn't buy the damn lunch or they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? They basically, children should not have to focus on anything other than growing up. That's it. They should not have to worry about, damn, am I gonna get ribbed on today because I don't got the $5 for my lunch, or I
Right.
don't. It should just be a universal thing with children. Y'all all at the same level. Be quiet, and the only thing that differentiates y'all is y'all maturity levels. But we're not about to be doing clothes and popular. That should be gone until children are mature enough to realize these things mean everything, but they also mean nothing. And
Right.
until children can grasp that, they should. You don't give a child something to play with until they're old enough. And you giving children life situations to play with before they mature enough to be there. And child support is trash. And I think, the people who are focused on who are mostly going through child support issues are people who are uh not making the smartest decisions for themselves. And I think women need to realize that you are choosing to become, unless you've been raped or something like that, you are choosing your baby dad. I don't want women to forget that. You know what I'm saying? Let's remember that. You know what I'm saying? So let's remember that before we move on. You are choosing the person who puts their penis in you. Now,
Right. Right.
why you chose them was on you. If it was a one night stand, we being real. If it was a one night stand, and he said he was gonna pull out, and he ain't pull out, whatever. But you chose that man. If this is your whatever, however it happened, you made that decision to sleep with this person. So I think women need to learn how to critically think, and women need to stop falling in love with the shell and falling in love with somebody looks like. And women need to really start saying, what is this man's thinking pattern? Because the way he thinks determines the way he goes. And
Mm-hmm.
is this nigga going somewhere in life where I want to follow? Because rewinding it back for a minute, women don't have their heads on straight. And they're getting into relationships totally from a fantasy point of view. And
We just said that. Listen, I don't know if you guys were watching our video on divine femininity. These
right.
are the exact same things that we were talking about.
Right. And I think here's my understanding, right? and this is universal for me and for any woman. I don't really care who you are. I'm going somewhere in life. Now, even if I wasn't Young Pharaoh, right? Let's say I wasn't me. Let's say I was a sculptor. Let's say I sculpted statues. That's my love. So I don't want to be with a woman who don't support that. And you don't need to be with a man who you're not interested in. So women need to stop saying this man can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G for me, and I'm gonna sacrifice the fact that I'm not genuinely interested in this man because I get the benefits. Because you're gonna play yourself in the end. That's what's just gonna happen. So I think people need to be real about what they want and what they're looking for. If you're a certain type of woman and you're looking for a certain type of quality in a man, don't sacrifice the fact you're not getting that quality because you want a lifestyle or because you want the benefits. Because when that shit is no longer stimulating stimulating your mind, you're gonna be upset at him, but you're really gonna be mad at yourself because you chose something you didn't want. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. If you ask me, Pharaoh, what are you looking for in a woman? I want a woman that is open-minded. We can talk about the galaxy. We can talk about aliens. 90% freaky as I am, and not really. I'm doing it. 90% freaky as I am, and not really fearful of the word. You know what I'm saying? Not really. What I mean by fearful? Shit like being afraid to be who you are on somebody else. I can't. That's something I can't do. Like, no, I can't do that. We got it. When I step, I step. Whoever don't like it, don't like. That's what I'm looking for. Now, you might find that as a man, and I'm using myself as an example, exclude my relationship. You might find that as a man, but the woman might not have a good job. She might not be in a position where your family told you she should be in. So it's your job to either put her in that position or accept her as she is. But then you might run across a woman who got a good job, so it seems. She got a college degree, so it seems, but she's empty inside. No nothing. Basically on some deliver us from Eva type shit. And you would settle for that because it looked good and because that's what seems to be the norm. But that's what people got to stop doing. And we need to stop judging our partners. I'm not saying don't judge a person off of how they living. Yes. But that should not be the determining factor of if you happy with what you got. Because value is personal. It's not subjective, it's objective. For example, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I remember one time I bought a pair of K-Swiss, right? Bought a pair of K-Swiss. And believe me, I could have bought I bought a pair of K-Swiss. And somebody was like, oh, why you buy them K-Swiss? And I was like, bitch, because I like them. Talking about. And they was like, they didn't have nothing to say. And I'm like, that's what I like. I'm not buying shoes for you to like them. Bitch, I'm buying them because I like them. And if somebody know where I can get some K-Swiss right now, let me know. But with that being said, that's how you're supposed to live your life. And a lot of y'all are getting pregnant by niggas because you dating who your friends like and you dating who your family like. You need to date the type of nigga that you like. And a lot of y'all are not comfortable with yourself and you are embarrassed or hesitant to go say what you really like. Same thing with men.
That's what I was about to say. The same thing goes with brothers, y'all. You guys are sitting here looking at a woman based off of how her body looks, her physical attraction, like maybe she's making some money, like Pharaoh said, but she's going to be the type of woman that really don't care about you. So when it's time to have this baby and something doesn't go her way, guess what she's going to do? She's going to put you on child support and try to take all your money because her true intentions were never really for you in the first place.
Exactly. And I'm like, if you know what you want, get what you want. If not, you're gonna be pregnant by a loser every time. See, if you get what women have to realize is you are recreating the mentality of the person that you with. You are literally regenerating this man. And that's what men gotta realize. When you get a woman pregnant, she's regenerating you. So my advice would be don't impregnate nobody who don't love you. For real. And the person that love you the way you want to be loved may not be in a position where the world says they should be. So it's up for you to determine that person's value. Same thing with a woman. When a man impregnates you, you are recreating his mentality. That's the, at least what it's supposed to be. I don't know what y'all out there doing today, but that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to give this man a child and literally regenerate this man's mind. You're supposed to raise your kids as, if your father was here, he wouldn't like that. You know why you tell your kids that? Because you installing his mind in them kids. So
Right.
if you don't respect the mind of the man that you with, you shouldn't be letting them ejaculate in you because you're not going to raise him. So basically, it's like you taking this man's essence, reproducing the vessel, and then turning that vessel away from the dad. That's it. And then with men, what are you doing? You putting your sperm in a woman. She producing a vessel that you're supposed to pass your consciousness down to, but she and you don't have the chemistry or the compatibility to where she even care to do that, because she wasn't with you for your essence or your mind. She was with you for your benefits. So we need to kill physical benefits for a second. We need to kill that, and we need to start looking at our partners and saying, what are the benefits of you that actually touch the parts of me that I want to touch? What are the aspects of you that actually touch the parts of me that I want to be touched at? And how often are you touching these parts? What walls and obstacles do I got to go through for you to touch these parts? Do I have to ask? Do I not have to ask? We examine your partner, and after you do that examination, that's going to determine what's the word I'm looking for? Journey. That's going to determine the distance that you should travel on your journey with this person. So I think people need to realize that we're not obligated to each other. Ain't nobody obligated to nobody. I don't go fuck with nobody tell you. I don't know you. You don't know me. We met each other and somebody asked for somebody's number. That's how that happened. We didn't come out the womb together. I don't want to hear none of that twin flame, none of that shit. None of that. We don't know each other. We're attracted to each other. And off this attraction, we have to do addition and subtraction. What are we attracted to about each other? Why are we attracted to these things? Are these things realistically healthy for long-term compatibility? And if not, that determines how long we can go with each other. And people need to start treating relationships like a math problem. What all do you got? What all do I wish to add to what you got? What all do you got that I want to subtract? What all do you got that I probably can or cannot multiply? What does that equal? And whatever that shit equals, is that something I want to add to my life? If not, keep that shit pushing or keep that shit moving. Straight up.
That was good though. That
Yeah,
was good,
yeah,
Pharaoh. He said treat that like a math problem. Hell
yeah,
yeah. I like
yeah.
that.
And I feel like that's what it comes down to. You got to know yourself. If you got to know yourself, I feel like for example, me as an adult, I'm an adult. I'm grown. I'm not a kid. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? We adults watch rated R movies for a reason, because we should be mature enough to accept the content, whether it's violent or sexual. So with that being said, let's be adults here. You feel me? We're not just together because we having sex. That's not it. It don't stop there. You feel me? But for some people, it could be a game breaker. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that matters. That's all that matters to some people.
So if you a person that's all that matter to, go get you somebody that's all that matter to. But don't be a person that's sex is of high value to you. And I'm not saying that sex being of high value is wrong. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, if sex is the highest thing that you value, don't go get somebody who doesn't really value sex. Why would you do that? That's stupid. And then what you're gonna do is y'all gonna be power struggling. This person gonna be trying to pull you into their world, which is non-sexual, and you're gonna be trying to pull them into your world, which is to them overly sexual. So what's normal to you may not be normal to another person. And then what happens is you get with somebody. For example, I like violence. I don't have a problem with violence. I'll bust your head. So with that being said, violence is normal to me because of how I grew up. Now, if I go date a woman who never got in an argument her whole life, I'm a damn near seem crazy for the way I react.
Right.
The level of respect that I want, because it's the measurement is nowhere near close. But if I go deal with a woman who has a similar background, I'ma seem normal. So now we talk about mental health. You might be sane and go get with somebody that's out of your league, and now you seem insane. Now y'all changing each other's minds, and now by the time y'all break up, all of that crazy shit then traumatize both of y'all because y'all misjudged each other. So that's it. She
That's
might be like,
facts.
yeah. So I'm just like, let's keep it real. And I feel like this is gonna go both on men and women. Women gonna have to start saying, listen, what was this nigga doing before I met this man? How much of that was he doing that? And how much of that can I keep up with?
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? Is that realistic? If that's not realistic, don't jump in that boat. Men got to do the same thing. What was this woman's aspiring goals before I met this woman? Are those goals something that I can present? If not, are those goals something that I can motivate her toward? Let me give two examples. And the two examples I'm gonna give are going to be the main examples. For men, it's sex, and for women, it's beauty. So I'm gonna use the beauty first. Men, you know if you a pussy or not. And I say that. I say that to say this. Men are not insecure for the reasons that women are insecure. Insecure men are men who feel like they pussy inside. Because men don't like, we don't look in the mirror and be like, like I could rock a scar. I'll rock a scar high. I don't care about no scar. I just care about, am I strong enough to make sure a nigga can't put his hands on me? That's it. That's where our security starts. Women are not thinking like that. Women are secure based on how somebody say they look. That's not it. So it's two levels of security with a man. So let's get on this. You know if you secure as a man or not. If you insecure, stop trying to date a model. Because you know another nigga is gonna pull up and ask your girl for a shot. And if you don't feel like you could be like, hey, my nigga, that's my girl, nigga, what you doing? Then leave her alone. Because now you're gonna tear this woman down to come to your weak nigga level because you can't go with hers. That's it. But if you right, but if you somebody that's secure, you don't care what your woman doing. I don't care what a woman doing because I know you can do it safely with me. I know you can walk around whatever you want to walk around. Nigga better not grab, touch, no. So that being said, it's about matching. Now, this is what happens. Beautiful women get with men who are secretly insecure, and then they tear each other apart. And now they get out the relationship two different people than what they entered in. And now she feeling things about herself that's not really true, that he made her feel. He feeling things about himself that are not really true. And now these two damaged people who have a misunderstanding about themselves go and spread this shit like a disease. So we need to just start being real about each other. Now let's go to Ben. Let's talk about sex. If you a man, and this ain't for every man, okay? Every man's sex life is not the same. If you are a man who lives like a bachelor, if you are a man who is comfortable with women, okay? If you are a man who has a regularly frequent sex life, okay? And a woman, and you're a woman who sees a man with these things. You have to ask yourself, if I come into this man's life, can I keep that rate up? Can I keep up the experience? You feel me? If I don't mind giving y'all my pass because I don't act like that no more. But I don't mind. I had my first crazy three-way at like 16, 17. Now that's young, but I'm just giving y'all the background. Now
Damn, nigga.
now here's the thing. I got sexual experience. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm not uncomfortable with myself sexually. So a woman would, and I'm just being imaginary here. A woman would have to come into my life and say, when it comes to this man's sex life, how much of an effect can I cause? How interesting can I be? How stimulating can I be? Why? Because I've had that. I've had it. So if you come in and you be less than, it's going to be a problem to you. It's going to be a problem to you. So my thing is, people got to know, people got to be real about what they're getting into. You can't go date a person that you are not willing to match levels that you normally don't match. That's just the truth. If a person is going to introduce something to you that's new, and you're going to know it's new because you're going to be uncomfortable. I don't mean you're uncomfortable. Don't mean it's technically wrong or right. It just means it's new to you. That's why you're uncomfortable. Now you got to ask yourself, am I able to step out my comfort zone and play this role? And if not, you got to move. You got to move around. But the fighting, and we come back to family court. The fighting stems from people are not willing to step up to the plate for each other. So instead of a woman saying, "Okay, this is the type of sex life you like to have," I'm gonna become that person. It turns into, well, nigga, you got too much, and I don't want to, and now you got a problem in your sex life. And you know what? I want to support your career and I want to support what you're doing. They just say, well, I'm used to women just, letting me be the lazy nigga I want to be. So you asking for too much and blah, 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 blah. And now you having a problem with your career life. And now y'all wind up in family court. And it could have been all so simple if the man would have just said, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I never even dated a woman who knew what she wanted to do with her life. This is new for me. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna step up. Shit, I ain't have a good example. Be honest. I ain't have a good example. I ain't have a mama that wanted a career. So you introducing something to me as a woman that's new and walk me through it. What do you want? It's time to role play. Role play is not just in the bed. Role play is play your motherfucking role. Period. Listen, right now I'm joking and I'm ha. If Leia say, hey, we going up the street to get my son bike back. I'm coming up the street. I ain't even saying that. I'm just like this. Nigga, I'm just waiting for you to say you're not giving the bike back. And I'm going to show you why I'm here. So, you niggas got to know how to play their role. I'm not saying be an actor or be fake, but nigga, be an actor. What role is you playing in somebody's life? Everybody is the star of their own movie. Period. That's what life is. It's about you. Everything you do every day, you write a script. If you act like a sucker ass nigga every day, nigga, that's the story people gonna tell about you. Because that's the story you telling about yourself through your behavior. So you gotta look at people as this is a Hollywood movie that I'm getting ready to enter in. What role does this person require me to play? Can I play that role? You might be and many people are many things. Some people are only one thing. It's up to you to find that out. And so I feel like, the world is so emotionally weak. That's why we in family court, because people don't know how to say what they want and want what they say.
Or work it out. Like, instead of going to the court systems, go and sit down together and work something out. And I'm sure with you, Pharaoh, like you said, you're not with your son's mother, but you guys have an understanding. Y'all can sit down, talk about things, and work it out. And that's what you do instead of running to child support. Because if you look at all the statistics, a lot of our black men are suffering right now because of it. Now we do have, and that's not for me trying to say that there is black men who do need to take care of their children. There is black men who are not taking care of their children that do need to take care of their children. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those who are trying to take care of their children, who want to be there. But women are so upset, like Pharaoh said, about the relationship not working out and things like that, that they go and drag them to court.
Right. And most of the time, women and men, it's both. Men have to realize this. Don't no real woman want no weak nigga. So you arguing with this woman for two things. Either she trying to bring the fire out you, or she trying to destroy the fire in you. It's up for you to decide. If you were a woman that's trying to bring the fire, because sometimes women start shit just to see your reaction, just to see, like, it's my name. They do that. Don't let them lie to you. They do that. Yes, they do. But other times, women try to kill your life. And they don't want you to look like you that nigga because they might be insecure. So you got to know what type of woman you're dealing with first. You got a man you have to, if you watching this right now and your girl nigga look at your woman And look, don't even just look and say, is this woman trying to bring the masculinity out me, or is she trying to destroy the masculinity in me? And that right there is gonna let you know if you with the right person or not. Same thing with a woman, same thing with a woman. And I feel like we need to understand how each other operate. Women are audio creatures. Women like sound. Women like to be internally stimulated. They like to have their mind. Basically, you want a nigga to just, put his tongue inside your head. That's pretty much it. You want a nigga to play with your mind. And we don't mind doing that, but we're visual. We want to see our results. Women want to feel their results. Put it like that. So that's just basic construct. Women want to feel the way you feel about them. Niggas want to see the way you feel about them. And that sounds crazy, but it's true. So with that being said, if we just understood the basic science of how we operate as masculine and feminine, or men and women, we can totally avoid family court. Women, I'm trying to lay it out simple. Your man wants from you what he wants from the world. If you can't give your man what he wants from the world, leave him alone. Man, your woman wants from you what she wants in the world. Keyword, from and in, interchangeable. Your woman wants from you what she wants in the world. The man wants from his woman what he wants from the world. So I don't know if that's hard for y'all to grasp. Let me give you an example.
Yeah, because I'm lost.
Here we go. I'll use myself as an example, right? I need my respect. I need that. Need that. Got to come get that about you. Mandatory. Need that. I don't want to go anywhere out of my way in life, but I want one place that I can always go to get my respect is in my relationship. You feel me? I want my woman to always interact. Listen, I want to be kicked up, leaf fan, grapes, all of that. I want to be seen by my partner the way I see myself. And I see myself astronomically great. And if a woman is not kissing my ass like that or seeing me like that, it's gonna be a conflict, because now I gotta lower my visual relationship with myself and my mind to match the way you want to see. And that's where the problem comes in. So that's why I say a man wants a woman to treat him the way he wants to be treated from the world. Now, a woman wants to be treated by a man the way she wants to be treated in the world, because women don't have, I ain't gonna say all, let me not be general. Most women don't have the mentality that men have. We have a mentality where in the back of our mind, we want to raise the army, conquer some land, and fucking put our flag in the ground. So we want something from something. Women just want to be in a safe space. So women
That's true.
Right. So women don't want to conquer. They just want not to be conquered like that. So women just want to be able to travel and be respected. Women want to be able to travel and be sexy and not feel like somebody's going to try to drug them and rape them. So you have to become the entity that the woman wants in the world. Women have to become the entity that the man wants from the world. And this entity varies depending upon the mentality. Some niggas want things that you cannot become. Some women want things that you cannot become. What determines what you become? Your ingredients, like a cake. You put certain ingredients in a cake, it becomes chocolate. You put certain ingredients in a cake, it becomes vanilla. Your ingredients is your life experience. Your life experience determines what you could become. If you never fought somebody, you cannot become a fighter. It's not going to happen.
Right.
To do certain things, you cannot become that. So we need to start looking at people, looking at their characteristics, and like I said, treating it like it's math. Add that shit up and see if they got the potential to create what you want them to be. And if not, fuck it. And most people might say, oh, ain't that manipulation? Might be, but it sounds like common sense to me, period. Why would you go and put yourself in family court, destroy your life, when you had a choice? You had a choice. Men and women have a choice. You do not have to pursue the person you're pursuing. You do not have to settle for the person you're settling. You do not have to half-ass engage your relationship. You do not have to over-engage your relationship.
Right.
All you have to do is think about what you're about to do before you do it. Think about the end result, experience it in your mind, ask yourself, is it worth it? And if it's not, you don't ever have to act on what you was about to because you already went through the play in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. So family court is to me a trap being used by people who understand that illogical, immature people are in relationships and they're going to cause turmoil that can be capitalized on. That's all it comes down to. If it was about the children could be taken care of without with them being in orphanages, let alone single parent homes. So it's
So
not about.
what? So what do you think about what do you think about as far as women who don't have who go on assistance, right? Who go on assistance, and then the court automatically puts the man on child support. Like, what is your take on that?
Two things. For one, we shouldn't even be on assistance or because we shouldn't even be in somebody else's system. We should have our own stuff by now to where we don't have to go ask this man to help us because we got to play by his rules when he do. For two, women have to realize they need to spend more time motivating men to be men. I don't think women are using their vaginas properly. I'm gonna just say I'm just
I
using
like
your
that
vagina
though.
properly. Yeah, you're not using your vagina
But
properly.
what do you say about the women who do motivate their men, who do, give them the respect and the love, and then they getting all the pushback? Because I'm just here to speak for women because there's a lot of women who who have tried to do that.
Right. Niggas is I don't listen, I don't know what they fed these niggas as kids all the way, but men are not men anymore. You know what I'm saying? Women ain't even women anymore, but men damn sure ain't men anymore. And what I would say is y'all need to start a movement where y'all show a man what he gonna get if he behave a certain way. You feel me? Like for me, you feel me? I'm gonna be honest with you. I know how to control my energy and I know how to control my personality to where I'll feed you bits and pieces of myself. You would never get my whole self until you show me that I trust you with that. Because I value my mind and I would never give somebody my complete mind if I don't feel I can trust you with that. So I'll just feed you bits and pieces of my personality that you can interact with like a puppet. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you this version of myself and I feed you versions of myself farther and farther and farther until I feel like, okay, you can see the true version of myself. So it's basically like you gotta come through security. You gotta come through my personality security till I can see who you really are. So women need to start doing that. Women need to start saying, nigga, you want me to be this, you want me to be that, you want me to be freaky, you want me to be that. Nigga, this the nigga you gotta be. Because if this is not your character, nigga, I can't. The word character is called character for a reason. Okay, we date each other because we think that each other has the potential to become a character in our lives. That's why we pursue people. And the anger comes from when you feel like you get gypped. When women feel like, damn, nigga, I thought this was your character, but this is really your character. It's like you playing a game and you pick Spider-Man, but when the game start, you playing with Charles Xavier. And you like, nah, nigga, I thought you were Spider-Man. I didn't pick this person. I want to go back. What do? You quit the game and you go pick the person you wanted. Same thing with relationships. So my thing is, are we going if motherfuckers start are we going to continue to live in a world like somebody might look at me and say, Pharaoh, you harsh. I'm not gonna hide my character. What are you talking about? So women have to start
But
women
that's one of the things that I love about you, though. I love
yeah,
the fact that you just keep it all the way funky.
I'm gonna tell you this is what I want. Like, and if you can't do it, bye. And that might sound rude, but it's other characters on the board. Go pick another one. My thing is women have to start asking themselves, are y'all gonna keep making men have to hold back the way we really feel and not say what we really want to say because y'all fragile and not let us show you your true character, show y'all our true characters out the gate. And I feel like women have fell in love with the Cinderella with the Prince Charming story too
And
much.
that shit is fake.
Yeah, and we can't really present ourselves the way you want initially because y'all act so fragile. So I feel like women will know what type of man they getting into when they allow all men to be themselves. Because I might be in the same room as the next man, right? And the woman might be saying, "Damn, they both handsome. Which one of them would I talk to?" You're not even gonna know the difference between us because, to a certain extent, we gotta act the same way to get your attention. Because if one of us show you the full extent of our character out the gate, you're not gonna want either one of us. If a woman asks me right now out the gate, if I don't know a woman, I'm in the mall, and she say, "Damn, nigga, you fine. I want to talk to you." And I say, "Hey, I like to read books. I don't do this. I don't do that. I love having sex on this time, da, 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 but I also like to be left alone. I like to do this and the third. I'm into this. I'm into extraterrestrials. I'm into this." She gonna run the other way because she gonna feel like, "Damn, this nigga is a lot." You know, she gonna feel like this nigga is a lot,
You are
I can handle that. But
you are a lot.
right, but if I say out the gate, if I say, "Yeah, baby girl, we go wow 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 wow," and then you get to being with me, and then slowly but surely you're finding out I'm more than you can handle.
Yeah.
Now you mad at me. Now you mad at me. So I'm just like, let's just start being grown. You know what I'm saying? Let's just start being grown. Like, and I feel like we living in reverse. We too busy trying to fall in love before we get to show each other who we are.
Exactly.
Then I should show you who I am, and then we fall in love. Because anybody that you spend a certain amount of time with, you're gonna develop feelings for them. It's just not. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. What we need to start doing is saying, what do you really like as a woman? What do you like on every level? Like for me, I like to know what type of man do you want, because I'll carry myself in that way, even if it's not fully natural to me, because I'm a create that character that you want in your life. If you say I like a man that's clean, whoppy wop, well, I'm clean anyway, so that's not a problem. If you like a man that articulate himself a certain way, I won't do it all the time. But if a friend of your family call, I know how to speak to him to where you got respect on your name. So first we need to know, how do you like to be what? Represented. How do you like to be represented in public? How do you like to be represented in private? Period. That's the first thing we need to do. We need to stop misrepresenting each other. If a man don't like being talked to a certain way, even if you're doing it in private, you should not be doing that shit in public. If a woman don't like to be handled a certain way, even if you're doing that shit in private, you should not be doing that in public. We need to learn how we like to be represented, how we like to be handled. Be honest, what is your real life sex drive? Be honest about that. Because people keep saying sex don't matter. Yes, it do. Everybody hit at least 4 sexual zeniths in their life. Men hit 4. We hit one at 18, we hit one at 16, 19, 22, and 27. So a lot of women be like, "Oh, all this nigga wanted sex." How old is the nigga? Because you might have caught him at that period. You know what I'm saying? Even for women. Women hit they sexual peaks multiple times. The strongest time is right before menopause. So that's from about 30 to 37. So
No. That's 40.
Go, okay. Listen, you know what?
I'm just saying.
I'll let it rock. I'll say 33 to 40. 33 to 40. So with that being said, you might catch a woman and you thinking, "Oh, okay, this is an older woman and she's mature, and she trying to knock your boots." And you might be like, "Well, damn, that's a little too much for me." Nigga, what age did you catch? Biology comes into play. So the lack of knowledge, the lack of anatomy and biology knowledge, and the lack of basic psychology is playing a role of why we in family court. And I feel like before we even talk about the logistics all the way in family court, we have to talk about how we even getting here. And we getting here based off certain understandings. What age are you at now? Because that's determining your sexual drive. What age is the person you trying to talk to? Because that's not only determining their sexual drive, that's determining what the hell they even interested in that life. Mm-hmm. And so, are we matching correctly? Are we matching correctly? And I feel like in certain countries, the adults make the matches, which I think is totally wrong. But
and you know what though, I wanted to tell you that you kind of gave me an aha moment, because you had just said, like, when you put it all on the table and you just be you from the beginning and you're genuine about who you are, you know, then somebody might run away. They might be like, "Oh shit, that's too much for me."
Right.
And I learned that I really be like that. I keep it 100 from the beginning.
Out the gate.
Out the gate. And
Yeah.
it might be too much for some people. So you did just give me like an aha moment. Like
Right.
I did want to say that.
That's right. And some people, see, this is not about what people think it's about. It's about strong mind versus weak mind. Strong mind versus weak mind. And a weak mind will try to convince a strong mind that it's incorrect. And that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you an example, right? Who's the person you're supposed to be the most loyal to?
In your relationship?
In your relationship or not in a relationship?
I think if it's a person, it should be the person that you're with. If it's
It should
not
be
the
you. It should be you.
with
It should be you.
yeah, that's true. Okay, that's true.
So now we have to redefine selfishness.
Yeah, you guys are right. Yourself, right?
Is there ever a point in your life where you should not make the best decision for yourself?
No.
Okay, so now we have to redefine selfishness. What is selfishness? Is it a bad thing?
No.
If somebody is always trying to get the best out of a situation for themselves, are they really wrong? No. So if a woman come tell, like, here, this is where I'm going. If a woman say, nigga, I like what you have to offer, but outside of you, this is where I want to go career-wise. So I could feed you the way you want to be fed, but you got to feed me the way I want to be fed. Some people will say that's manipulating. That's, to me, I'm gonna say, shit, you know how to negotiate. And we can make a deal.
Facts.
You get what you want, I get what I want.
Facts.
Boom, let's fall in love.
Facts.
Right, but some people, but other people feel like you shouldn't put yourself first. You should put them first. Fuck that. Don't you ever not put yourself first, man or woman, period. And I think we need to redefine psychology. We need to redefine stuff. Even for example, right? You are supposed to always think highly of yourself. I don't give a fuck what level of life. You're supposed to always think highly of yourself. If you think highly of yourself all the time, some people will say, oh, you're conceited, you're self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
Good, you're supposed to be, because you are supposed to be the center of your own world at all times. So here's the thing. People with incorrect mentalities are getting in relationships and they're not putting themselves first. And you're putting somebody else before you on top of the rest of the people you're putting before you. And now you're in a relationship with everybody but yourself, and that's why you're not happy. So if you was in that relationship and you was going through hard times, but you felt like you was getting what you wanted out of it, it wouldn't be a problem for anybody. If a woman felt like, damn, this nigga always want to do this for me, he always want me doing that, he always want me doing that, but he paying for your school, he watching the kids, he's pushing you in the direction you want to go in life, guarantee you wouldn't be as mad as if you was just messing with Ray, the nigga that you just fucking every day for free. Facts. So the point I'm trying to make is the word ship is on relations for a reason. A ship is a vessel that takes you from point A to point B. Only you decide what point A and point B is. Period. I know what point A is and point B for me. So we have to realize, is point B for you in the direction that point B is for me? If not, I cannot go with you. Or I cannot, it's like a bus ride. It's like we getting on a bus. If I live on the other side of town, I can't get on the bus that you get on because it might not go that route. So we might like each other, we might all that, but if we not going the same way, we cannot be. Period. Period. Right. So for me, I feel like, yo, people need to take relationships like they a job. I don't act like they a job. Interview a motherfucker and see if they could get their job. Y'all need to interview each other. Listen, you know, do you like to cook? I like women that can cook. If you can't, can we compromise? Can we sacrifice? Can we do a culinary arts class? Can we do this? A woman might say, I want a nigga that got his weight up. Now, nigga, you got the personality I like, but you skinny as a motherfucker. So a nigga will have to say, okay, well, listen, I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna get my weight up. Can we become the person that the other person wants us to be in exchange for that person becoming the person we want them to be? You know what that's called? Evolution. Evolution. I'm gonna become who I want to be for me, 50%, and the other 50%, I'm gonna become who you want me to be. And you got to do the same thing. So people got to realize being uncomfortable is not a bad thing. It's showing
Right.
you where you need to grow. The reason we keep winding up in family court is because nobody wants to evolve for the other person. Women don't want to become a super feminine, super sensual woman who uplifts a man because you've been programmed that the more you are that way with your man is bad. And men don't want to become protectors. They don't want to become providers. They don't want to become loyal to women because they feel like I'm simping or I'm tricking or whatever. Niggas gotta throw that in the garbage. You feel me? I got a blueprint that I live by.
Right.
My blueprint is I'm gonna keep myself in a position that no matter who I deal with, if I can't give you everything you want, I can give you most things you want. The deal is I can never give you me. That's the deal.
Right.
That's the deal.
Right.
I can't give
Facts.
you me. I can give you if you want something. If it can be bought, made, created, drew, thought of, I'll give it to you. But I cannot give you me. Me is for me. Now outside of that, I can fuck with you. And I feel like people need to like I said, create a portfolio, man. A relationship is like a portfolio. We should start treating this shit like it's a job. This is what I require. Can you do it? If not, next. It's not that hard. Women need to do the same thing. This is what I require. Can you do it? If not,
Right.
next. And your requirements need to be realistic. Let me say this, and then we're gonna get back on the we're gonna get back. I'm gonna get back on family court in a different fundamental. But I want to say this since I'm in my bag right now. Your requirements need to be realistic according to you. Okay, let's just say that. You cannot be at level 3 requiring level 8 treatment.
Exactly.
That's not
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, like let your require. Now what you can do is graduate. Okay? We want to talk about that. If you at level 3 and your partner at level 3 and somehow you get to level 5, your partner got to realize they got to upgrade. They got to upgrade. They cannot still be treating you like you at level 3. Let me give you an example. If I'm dating a woman and we grinding together, but I'm seeing her do yoga. I'm seeing her work out. I'm seeing her meditate. I'm seeing her read. Her career taking off. She's going from level 3 on her way to level 10. I cannot keep being a level 3 nigga.
Facts.
Even if my money ain't there, the way I treat her got to change.
Right.
You got to start rubbing some feet now, nigga. You got to start doing some extra stuff because a level 10 nigga will come do that. So, same thing with a woman. If you with a nigga and he at level 3 and you at level 3, and then this nigga start getting some money, this nigga start getting, you know what I'm saying, going up in the rent. You gotta evolve because a level 10 broad gonna come do that. A level 10 broad is gonna come do without nobody action what that nigga have to ask you to do. And the same thing with the nigga. A level 10 nigga is gonna come do for your broad without her asking what you gotta ask her to do. So people gotta realize relationships are not set in stone, okay? And
Tell him again. Say that again, Pharaoh.
relationships are not set in stone. Relationships are interactions that should constantly be evolving. And if your partner is paying attention to you the way that they should be, they're gonna see where you evolve it and see where they should evolve at. And if not, I'm not gonna tell y'all to make you know what decision you should or should not make based off who you would. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. But I wanted to say that because we need to realize how we even getting in family court in the first place. We getting in family court as I steer this conversation back to family court in a different area. We are getting to family court because nobody want to be real with themselves. Nobody want to be realistic with themselves. Nobody want to be honest with themselves. Nobody want to ask themselves, did I bite off more than I can chew, or am I not biting off enough? And nobody really want to understand masculine and feminine principle. A man, first of all, nigga, if you not a masculine nigga, you don't get no respect. Period. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And honestly, if you want to know the secret to respect, it's threat level. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's threat level. People respect violence, nigga. I don't know what type of world y'all niggas believe in. The only way, listen here. The only way you get to say what you want to say is if you could back that shit up. The only way you can tell a nigga, get the fuck out of my face, is if you will punch a nigga in his mouth. If you not gonna punch a nigga in their mouth, you don't get to say what you want to say. That's it. Period. So women, women, this is why women feel like I like a hood dude. Women, you don't like hood niggas. Let's be honest. You like threat levels.
You like masculinity.
Yes. You like a high threat level. That's what you like. But also, you got to ask yourself, why do you like it? Do you like it because you want to try to destroy it and contain it? Or do you like it because you want to support it like it's a football game?
No, I'm going to be honest and tell you why women like it, Pharaoh. Why women like it is because, number one, we know we're going to be protected. That's number one. Number two, we know you're going to yoke our asses up in the bedroom. We like that shit, okay?
Here we go. So, boom. So men, I'm going to just give niggas the secret. Nigga, you got to raise your threat level. Nigga, if your threat level not high, nigga, you not going to get, I don't give a, listen here, I don't care who you talking to. I don't give a fuck what that woman's saying to you, my nigga. I got a shot with your bra. If your threat level low, Young Pharaoh got a shot with your bra. And it's not because I'm Young Pharaoh. It's because when I stand by you in the grocery store, you're going to be standing like this, and I'm going to be standing like this. That's a fact. So, nigga, you got to raise your threat level. Women, you got to raise your sensual level. You got to raise your, you got to play with a nigga mind. You got to, when a nigga see you, a nigga imagination has to say, I wonder what that'd be like for her to just touch. I wonder what that's what y'all got it. You got to raise your feminine level. And until niggas raise they masculine level and women raise their feminine level, y'all gonna keep going to family court because y'all arguing over reverse roles. She too much. She want to be too masculine, and you want to be too feminine. Period. And I'm gonna say this before I switch it back over. Be with somebody who will allow you to be yourself. That's the most important. That's the most important thing. If you somebody who's passionate about art, be with a woman who's passionate about art. Don't be with no woman who is, in her mind, what's most valuable to you is not that valuable to her. Because all she's going to do is try to convince you that the shit you doing is not that important. And she's going to try to convince you to go into the areas that she think is valuable. Same thing with a man. If you a woman and certain things are valuable to you, whether it be principles, careers, or whatever, get a nigga that thinks that's valuable too. Don't go get a nigga that don't think that that's valuable. Because now he's going to convince you that what you're doing is not valuable. And a lot of us are creating our own depression. You putting yourself in a relationship with a person who you know don't give a fuck about your mind. How crazy is that?
Right.
A woman, you talking about you want to go to college and you in there to get your, I might be an RNA and I'm in nursing school and y'all know how y'all do. And then you gonna go get a nigga who don't give a fuck about none of that. Nigga don't even know how to write a paragraph. And you gonna go get this nigga, and then you wonder why, damn, nigga, when it come down to it, outside of the sex, you feel me? And sex is always popping. So, I mean, but outside of the sex, now you looking like, damn, this nigga never supported me.
No, sex is not always popping, Pharaoh. I have to disagree with you on that, but carry on.
Hopefully. But outside of that, now you looking like, damn, this nigga never supported me. Nigga never had nothing nice to say about my motherfucking job. Nigga ain't never. And now you realizing that it wasn't him, it was you. You didn't support you. Because if you did, you wouldn't even went and been with that nigga anyway. And now people realize the secret. And I'm going to end here because we did 2 shows in one damn there. But I'm going to flip the script back to you after this. Now y'all realize why people talk to people who you normally wouldn't think they would talk to. Like a woman might say, well, why he talking to her? She kind of ugly. Or why he talking to her? She kind of big bone. Because she value my mind. And that's what I want. So, and a man might look at a woman and say, well, why is she talking to him? He kind of out of shape. Or he ain't getting no money like that. Why is she talking to him? Because he value her mind. So at the end of the day, that's what the fuck we want. Be honest about it. You want somebody to value your mind. Now, what is on your mind is what's important. What is in that mind of yours? What in that mind of yours do you value? Go match that shit with somebody that values. Joker dates Harley Quinn because they both they both loopy. But look how tight they is. Joker can't go fucking date a regular person because they don't have nothing in common. So I feel like, I mean, it's time to start matching the mind. You feel me? Simple quick. We need to create a motherfucking. I think you know what we need to do. We need to come out with a relationship match sheet that just come right out the gate. How do you feel about gender roles? How do you feel about kids, whether you have them or not? How do you feel kids should be raised? How do you feel about sex? What is your sex drive? How much sex do you want to have? Are you a one person? Are you a swinger? Are you get all that shit out the way?
Get everything out the way.
And then say, you know what? I can deal with this. And then let everything happen. But as far as trying to fall in love and then match, that shit not gonna work. And I think if women want to start finding better relationships, start respecting when a nigga tell you what it is out the gate. It's
Thank
not
you. And believe it, y'all. And don't think you're gonna change this nigga.
Right.
Don't think you're gonna be able to switch up what he said. You know what I mean?
Yo, women need to stop equating their feelings being hurt with disrespect. That's not disrespect. That's not just
keeping it real.
Yeah, if a nigga, like if a woman, and I'm using myself as an example because I'm talking, but I'm not even saying this is true. I'm just making this up. If I take sex out of my life, right? Because women be like, all a man want is sex. And I'm not saying I'm pursuing women just for sex. But let's throw the ball in a court. If Young Pharaoh right now say, I'm not talking to women for sex. I want to see something else. What you got for me? Let's be honest. What you got? What you got? What you got? Because we talk about virology, extraterrestrials, interdimension. What you got? You ain't got shit for me. Most likely. And the ones that do is very, very few. So my thing is, what do you really have to offer the person that you with? People got to be realistic about that. Don't nobody want to hear no shit about no I look good. Nobody want to hear that shit. Men either. Don't no woman want to hear, oh, my nigga got muscles. Nigga, muscles do not raise kids, pay bills, emotional distress. Muscles don't do that shit. And so my thing is, people have to realize, what is your internal inventory? What do you have, nigga? What's the hardest experience you ever got through in life? How did you get through it? Can you pass that wisdom on to me? And you understand, people got to start being realistic about what are we bringing in a relationship. And if we take sex out of it on both ends, let's take sex out of it on both ends. What do you have as a woman? What do you have as a man? If you got in a relationship with a person and y'all didn't have sex for 5 years straight, no sex, and y'all was just dealing with each other, do you like the motherfucker that you with right now? If the question is no, you need to get the fuck up out of there.
Most of y'all don't.
You need to get up out of there. You need to get up out of there. Let's just be honest. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because if the farther you go down the wrong path, the longer it takes to come back. And if you go too far down, nigga, you can't come back. So women need it. Listen, women, take sex out of it. Take sex out of it. What am I really giving to this person? Is this actually aiding them in the journey that they want to go and who they are? And then after you be real about that, ask yourself, what is this person giving to me? And if it's unfair, match it. Tell them, listen, man, this is what I feel like I'm bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're not bringing this to the table. We need to change the table. If not, I can't sit here no more. But that's not gonna happen until people start looking at relationships as what they are. Negotiating terms and conditions that will determine if I can share my life with you. See, sharing your life with somebody is the most valuable gift you can give a motherfucker
For
because
real.
there is nothing more valuable than time. You don't get time back. So a lot of people are in relationships underneath the guise of no matter what happens, we're gonna. I don't feel like that. Fuck that. Because I just did 3.5 years in the prison. Fuck that. I don't have no time to waste. Before I give a motherfucker 3.5 years or something, I need to know is I'm getting what the fuck I want out of it. I value time a little bit different than the average person. So people need to start realizing you be with you. We don't have time to get in a relationship at 20 and then at 30 you realize you wasted your fucking time. Do you know
Been there, done that.
do you know what the fuck you could have did?
I could have
Do you
went
know what you
way further.
Yeah, do you know what you could have did? Exactly. So I'm like, nah, people need to start being serious about relationships. And don't let nobody tell you being none of that. Don't let nobody talk you down because it's called negotiating. And we do it all the time. Hey man, I got this damn phone for sale, it's $50. And the nigga say, nah, man, I give it to you for 40. I give it to you for 30. I'm talking you down on your price. So don't let nobody talk you down on your price. When you say, hey, this is how the fuck I expect you to behave or I'm out, that's what the fuck it is. On both sides. Don't let nobody talk you down on your price. But also set your price fair. Set your price according to you. Hey, this is where I'm at in life right now. This is where I want to be then. And this is the terms and conditions. You help me get there. I put you here. Period. You don't aid me in my journey. Fuck it. So that go both ways, not just for women too. But you don't let nobody talk you down on your price because it's another motherfucker that'll come and pay that price with no problem. So
Right.
so it's a deal. You feel me? I come to Reebok with a deal. Reebok tell me fuck them. Nike might say, nigga, come on.
Right.
Period. So you come to a man with a deal, a man come to a woman with a deal. She might say, I don't really think I can do that. Fuck it. They gonna do it. That's what it is. But at the end of the day, we gotta stop being overly emotional. It's not that fucking serious. It's not that serious. It's called setting terms and conditions, aka boundaries. And this shit gonna keep you out of family court. That's what it is. Do you want kids right now? Be honest about that. If you don't want kids right now, either you make sure this nigga got a condom on or you don't have sex.
Right.
Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with your sexual reproductive system. Men, do you want kids right now? Is kids something that is gonna aid or disadvantage you in regards to where you want to be in life? If not, nigga, put a fucking condom on or stop having sex. It's easy.
Or don't pick somebody who wants children and then you don't.
Right.
That's gonna cause conflict.
Exactly. Is that
and then everything that Pharaoh is saying, look, ladies, it's so crazy because we just did a video on femininity and on divine femininity. And everything that we were saying in that video and what we were giving our opinion on how we feel like men feel and think, Pharaoh is saying the exact same things. So I suggest that you guys go and look at that video because he's saying the same things that we're saying, but he's saying it from a male perspective and we're saying it from a grown-ass woman perspective. Not y'all little girls out there that's, thinking emotionally, that's not thinking logically. Not from that perspective, but from grown-ass woman perspective.
That's right. And the first question you should always ask is what the fuck you want to do with your life? That's the first question. You feel me? And no matter how crazy, and tell them nigga be for real. I don't want to hear shit about no, I want to be a man. Nigga, be for what the fuck do you really want to do? You feel me? If somebody asks me what I want to do with my life, I got two answers for you. I got the safe worldly answer, and then I got the personal answer that's only for me to know and you to find out. The one that's only for you to know and for me to know and you to find out, that's the motherfucker you want to know. Because that's the person you really dealing with. So let's just start getting shit out the gate. What you want to do with your life? Shit, I want to build a motherfucking country and build a nation and raise a civilization up. Now, some women might say, nigga, you sound crazy. You not
That's
for me.
what I want to do too.
You not for me. Yeah, baby girl, you not for me. But go ahead, baby girl. Save yourself some time. But for the women that might be with it, let's get it out. And so, same thing with a man. Ask that nigga, ask that woman, baby girl, what you want to do with your life? I don't want to hear shit about no, you want to promote that. What do you want to do with your life? If she say, nigga, I want to discover a new marine animal. Nigga, you better be ready to buy a submarine. Period. Period. So what a person really honestly wants to do with their life is what keeps you together. The volume of behavior is what keeps you together.
Right.
So first you got to find somebody that psychologically is going in the same direction as you. Then you got to find somebody who does not require something from you that you cannot give.
Exactly.
It's once you do those two things and you match them, you should have no fucking problem. You should have no problem. Y'all, even as y'all change into different people, these people should still be compatible. Unless somebody completely says, you know what? I honestly don't want to change. I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way in my life.
I
And
changed my mind.
boom, you change your mind. And at that point, then the other person can say, okay, relationship over. We in pain because the vision we created cannot come true, but we can bounce. I don't gotta fight you about changing your mind. You ain't gotta fight me about changing my mind because I'm allowed to change my fucking mind.
Say that again, please, because I don't think a lot of women heard that because they get so offensive and they get their feelings hurt and they start beating up their own self. Men are allowed to change their mind.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen here. I'm changing my fucking mind. Period. And with that being said, nigga, you better change your mind too. And woman, you better change your mind too. If some new information get introduced to you and if you find out it's the truth, you better change your mind. And that ain't even just book knowledge. That's life knowledge. If you find out I'm with a person and they require something out of me that I cannot give, for whatever reason, it might be like for example, me. I can't give love in a certain way. As crazy as that sounds. And you might say, Mr. Pharaoh gives so much love. I can't give it in a certain way though, because I have to keep my mind strong for what the fuck I want to do in life. You feel me? If I become as weak, because love do make you weak. It makes you weak. It builds attachment. It makes you like people that be like, my little dog, my little dog. If I was a nigga who cared about a little dog, I would be weak. Somebody could put a knife to my dog and be like, give me 50,000, and now you can rob me because I have an attachment to an animal. But to me, I would tell you, kill it. I don't give a fuck. So that keep me strong. It keep me able to bat my enemies. You gotta come
Well, for somebody like you, though, you have to be that way.
Boom. And so
you
now,
have to.
Right. And so women have to now ask themselves, what level of love do you want from the nigga you with, and what kind of nigga is you with? Because you might be with a nigga that you want something from that he cannot give you, or you become detrimental to where the fuck he wants to go. So now we going into getting what you want the way you want to get it.
And then I have to say this too, though, for the women, because a lot of us don't realize that we be too needy. We be too needy. We're not thinking from a male's perspective. The way a man shows love is not the way that a woman is gonna show love. So we can't expect that man to show us love the way we show love, because then we're reducing him to femininity. You get what I mean? So we have to be able to control our emotions enough to understand that no, he's not hurting you. He's just expressing the love the way that he knows how to. It's not something wrong with you. It's not an issue with you, but that's how he expresses his love.
Right.
And you can express your love the way you do to him.
Yes,
and don't beat him up for it.
Right.
Don't do that, because then you'll have a lot of bitch made ass black men walking around here because that's what you're doing to him. You're demasculating him. Let that man be a man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I think we gave y'all a lot of therapy, you know what I mean, on this. So we're gonna come back to the family court.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to the family court on y'all. Yes, family court is to me it is a necessity that has been totally perverted and turned into a scam. The entire system needs to change. Excuse me, I'm not here to blame one person or two person. I'm here to blame the system. Family court should not be a thing. There's enough wealth and there's enough power in this world for two people to be able to break up and not have to worry about if their kids is gonna be good, okay? Because there's enough adults in this world to make sure that kids should be okay no matter what. Be a certain lifestyle for a child should be the standard. It shouldn't be, oh, your parents not together, so you fucked up. It should be your parents not together, but the way that everybody universally acts with children makes sure they don't even notice the change. The only ripple in a child's life should be that my parents are not in the same house. Other than that, it shouldn't be my clothes are not good, my schooling is not good. I can't go to the school I want to go to no more. Or now my dad is no, he used to do this for me. Now he can't do it because my mama garnishing his wages and my mama ain't replacing the experience with the money that I was getting from my dad. My mama getting her hair done and her nails done, and so basically the lifestyle experience of a child should have a standard. It should have a standard that is for universal for kids. But the physical parental experience should be something that children not is is by default is going to change, but it should be in the most mature manner that the two people can make it happen. We don't need a European on the bench busting a gavel for us to do something that we've been doing before we even knew who they was, which is being logical adults. I'm not with you anymore, you're not with me anymore, but we both went half on this organism right here. We both went half on this person. Let's raise the person. And another thing that people need to stop doing is destroying the other parent in the eyes of the child. Stop doing that. That's some demonic devil shit. Stop doing that because the child is not in a relationship with the grown ass person that you're dealing with. The child is dealing with the aspect of the, like, for example, when I play with my kids, I speak to my kids according to their age. I don't speak to my son how I speak to my daughter. But as my daughter get older, I'll speak to her more maturely. So through my tonage, I'm maturing the mind of my children. So, and I'm giving an example. This is not something that happened. I'm giving an example. If I break up with my lady and she starts saying your father wasn't this and he was that, my daughter don't even know that person. My daughter just know the person that say, "Oh, chunking," that's who she know. She don't know the grown ass man that's going through his own shit, and she don't know the grown ass woman that's going through her own shit. So we need to stop uh projecting the versions of ourselves onto our children that they're not even old enough to experience their own version yet. Children are not old enough to know what it's like to be stressed for not being able to do something or under pressure for being able to not do even something as simple as being late on your rent. They don't know what the fuck kind of pressure that is. So why are you putting that on their mind at 4 or 5 years old because you mad at the dad or mad at the mom? That's another reason why we ended up in family court. So it all comes down to this. How mature are you as a person? How much pain can you tolerate? Pain is not just physical, it's emotional, it's mental. How much pain? What is your pain threshold? Is the person you with going down a journey where they feel a lot of pain? In my life, I'm going down the most painful journey you can go down. I'm trying to resurrect my fucking people. So what is your pain threshold? Because if you don't have a good pain threshold, I'm not a nigga for you because I stay around some pain. So we need to be honest about who we are as adults. Who are you? What is your maturity level? How much psychological pain can you bear? How much emotional pain can you bear? How much physical pain can you bear? How much uncomfortability can you bear? And you need to be honest about the levels of that and match yourself accordingly. It's just like in the hood, and I'm using this example not to devalue myself because I've evolved myself into a very articulate being, but to speak to the people I'm speaking to. If you a shooter, you don't put no bitch ass nigga in that ride. You don't take no bitch ass nigga on that ride because his psychological pain and his physical pain threshold is not high enough. Same thing with dating. Where do you want to go in life? How much? Everything got a price. Just like working out, nigga. You want to work out? How much pain can you withstand? That's going to determine how strong you become. So when it comes to a relationship, who is the person that you with? How much pleasure can they provide? How much pain are they providing? Can you withstand both?
Right.
Withstand, and that's gonna save you a long way. Yes, passing it back.
Right. Right. I just feel like as people, right, we need to be able to, that goes back to what Pharaoh said, we need to be able to be more mature.
Right.
Sure, you may disagree with something that person has done. Sure, y'all may have your own personal issues, but in no shape or form should a child have to be brought into those personal issues. The best interest should be for the child, you know.
Yes.
And like right now, I see my brother. I have a brother who's literally going through. That's why I wanted to do this series,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
I have a brother who's literally going through this situation right now. He's always been a loving father. He's always been a caring father. Always been there. You know, he was him and his wife. You know, they had their issues, but now they're not together, and it's like, you know, the whole system is being a weapon for him because she's upset. And who's suffering is the child.
Right.
And you see the pain in the child, you know. So guys, think about your child, okay? Think
Don't
about
you
your
ever,
kids.
excuse me, don't no black man ever date no black woman who respect a white man more than she respect him. And
Right.
if you white and you watching this is no disrespect. But I'm gonna tell y'all white people what. Y'all don't come to family court and there's niggas on the bench. You don't come to our courts and let us watch you argue about what the fuck going on in your household. So that's another reason I don't like family court, because you got these people looking down on us like we can't literally interact with each other as a family. So not only do white people got to do everything else for us, they got to tell us how to run our household. Hell no. So my main thing is, if a woman don't think nothing else of me as a black man, you better believe that I know how to motherfucking run a household. Now you might not like my personality, you might not like my flaws, but I can run a household. I don't want no woman, and I mean this sincerely. If you get pulled over by the police and your woman is, yes, officer, she better be giving you the utmost motherfucking respect. And don't you talk to this white man with more respect than you talk to me. Period. Don't you do that. And if a woman does not respect you more than she respects this white man, be ready to be in a misfortunate situation that this woman just brought up.
Facts.
Be ready for her to weaponize this white man against you. Because men, well, listen here. If you a bitch ass nigga, you go get another man. Let's be clear on that. If you a real man, you gonna go get yourself. Feel me? I'm not gonna. If I got a problem with you, nigga, I'm gonna address you first. I'm gonna let you know. I'm not gonna go. Hey, can you tell it? Hey, nigga, I don't like you. I said I'm not gonna tell nobody to tell you that. Women have to go get somebody. Now the nigga that they go get is who they respect the most and who they think is the most powerful. So when women
Facts.
so when women call 911, some women call their cousin.
Like,
So
I'm gonna call my cousin, my brother. In my case, I'm gonna call Pharaoh.
no, now some women is gonna call that white man. So that lets you know something. You was in the wrong, you was in the wrong place anyway with her, buddy. You was in the
Right.
wrong. I'm not saying you should be fighting with her to where she could have to call anybody. But what I'm saying is, in your mind, put yourself through the scenario. If I smack the fire out of this woman, who she gonna call and why? And
I'm
you
gonna
ain't
shoot your ass.
yeah, I'm not
I
even
ain't calling nobody. I'm gonna
but
fuck your ass up.
I rather
I'm
I would
different.
rather you I would rather you do that and I die and take my last breath and say this woman defended herself than you call the police and they come shoot me.
No, I'm fucking your ass up on
Yeah.
sight, my own
And,
self.
and in
Yeah.
all seriousness, women need to ask themselves who is the most powerful, respected motherfucker in your mind. Because if it
Should
ain't,
be yourself.
yeah, and excuse me, masculine figure in your mind, it should be a black person. And if you've never seen it, at least understand those niggas was toxic. But I'm not. But at least understand they was living outside of their framework. But in the right framework, it should be a black man. Period. It should be. I done got my heart broke a couple times. I was young, but whatever. But I never in my life was like, I'm going to date a white woman. You know what I'm saying? I just like listen. We chalked it up. We was young. We'll walk. But I know that in this person's right framework, this is the woman for me. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Niggas got to start realizing who are you really dating? You're dating. What is the mentality of the person you're dating? What is the value system of the person you're dating? And that shows you the direction where you're getting ready to go. And bringing this back to family court. I don't even think we need family court. I think we just need to start letting taxes go to where they're supposed to go, which is to children and people who cannot provide for themselves. Not wars, not the shit these politicians is doing and all that. We need to start paying taxes to make sure nobody becomes homeless. There's not nothing wrong with falling off. You feel me? But we should be able to say, listen, you was running a business for whatever reason your business is not successful, so you lost everything you own. But nigga, we got an apartment building that's just for people like you. Where the shit that's in it is still up to date. Same shit you would have had in your house is still in here. So technically, you can't take care of yourself, but your quality of life has not diminished. What's hard about that? What's hard? We can do that shit. We can be like, listen, for all of the people that's not like, for example, I'm gonna give an example, right? And I'm speaking this into existence. When I become where I want to be, I want to run my society as a meritocrat. Now, a meritocrat is a society that is ran by intelligence and qualification, which means you don't get the job because you're my friend or because I know you. It's because you can actually do the fucking job. Now, we're going to have people in society that are just mentally incapable of normal standards. It's not nobody's fault. These people may naturally just be born with a disability. They may naturally just be born a little slower than the average person. Now, we're not going to bully these people. We're not going to harass these people, but we also not going to leave these people behind. We also not going to be popping and then looking at these people like you the slow kids. No, you can have exactly what I can have just at your level. I'm going to give you the same shit I got just at your level. That's how society should be. So we should be catapulting each other. And if somebody come back down, we got a safety net. So we should be able to say the most intelligent people who can create for themselves, shit, create the life for yourself that you can. For the people who are not that wise or intelligent, our standard of life for you is still going to be at the standard that we create for ourselves. So technically, we don't have to have homelessness. We don't have to have family court. All we have to do is be able to say, listen, y'all two are no longer together. Figure that shit out. But the kid has all of the clothes, all of the food, all of the things that the kid needs. Hey, you're homeless. Hey, you're a single mother. You escaping a domestic violence situation. You have nowhere to go. Instead of a shelter, why the fuck don't we have an apartment for you? Nobody likes even saying I'm going to a shelter. That's like, who the fuck want to say that?
Yeah, psychologically, it really does f
Fuck
you
you
up.
up.
Like, I've
Yeah,
been in situations as a kid where I was homeless. I
right,
didn't have nowhere to go. I
right,
was I was going to the garbage cans, getting cans and
right,
shit like that to live the next
right.
day, to have a place. So I understand how that shit feels.
And it don't gotta be that way. It's just nobody in society give a fuck about nobody. And family court is just, I look at family court like the evil ass family member who instigate all the beef, but they don't like nobody. They everybody friend, but they don't like nobody. Y'all ain't
Right.
never heard a motherfucker like y'all ain't listen. The most see y'all motherfuckers don't like me because I'm gonna tell you I don't like your bitch ass. But there are some people that I do like. But the most dangerous person is the person that everybody like, but they don't like nobody. That's the dangerous motherfucker. The most dangerous person is the person that say, "Ooh, Catalay, I can't believe that bitch was talking about you," and then she go right over there and be like, "She said what? What?" And then they go to and they just starting fires. That's basically what I look at family court is. Family court don't fuck with nobody that come up in there, but they on everybody's side. Family court gotta go because family court ain't been for nobody family since the shit been family court. That's
Right.
especially black families. So we need. Why are these people even in our business? They making this shit worse. They making this shit worse than it gotta be. We need our listen here. We need our own judicial system. I run that motherfucker. I run that bitch. Right. I run it the way it needs to be ran. But we do not need these people in our business anymore, fucking up our houses on purpose, making sure niggas ain't seeing their dad with unfair ass visitations.
They do that on purpose. Okay,
Yeah,
so not to cut you off, but this is
yeah.
a real life situation. My brother has been in his child's life since birth. Okay? Since birth.
Right.
Him and his wife been together. He been there, ride or die till the end. Boom. Family court gets involved. Now he's only able to see his daughter 2 days out of a week because he's a man.
See, and
That's
that's
correct.
right. And that's what people not realizing. And they doing that on purpose because at the end of the day, despite what a woman may think, the father is the second most important person in the house after a certain age.
She's
The
a girl. She needs to see her father.
right. The sense of security comes from the mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even something like holding the baby. That's giving the baby the mind of the child is I have no control over myself, but I'm comfortable because I trust you with my life. That's the woman's job. After a certain stage, the man's job becomes now that you have control over yourself, I'm gonna show you how to control yourself. Because if you don't, this is what the fuck gonna happen. So the mother's job is to nurture you when things are out of your control. The father's job is to teach you how to keep shit in your control. See that? See where I'm going with this? So when they take the father out the house, the control is never learned. So you get niggas or women that just grow up out of pocket. You
I'm
get women.
sorry, y'all. I'm getting emotional because this shit, that just the whole thought of how my niece is suffering from this whole situation, it's really making me emotional.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, because I know that my brother loves his daughter. I know that he's there for his daughter. I know that he's a great father. And then just to be there in a child's life for all of this time, and then you're reduced to visitation.
Right.
That shit hurts.
That's right. And that's why niggas go to jail every day. Y'all would be
Mm-hmm.
surprised how many people I've seen in jail for saying, fuck it, I'm going to see my kid. I don't give a fuck. But now that costs you a year. Now that costs you 8 months. Probably longer
Mm-hmm.
time, depending on where you at. So family court is destroying our community. And that shit needs to go. That shit needs to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
I can do a better job getting us together than these motherfuckers been doing. So
Right. Continue.
they get up out of here. And people need to realize, you know, not what they're doing, but why they're doing it.
Right.
Men establish control. That's what we do. We control shit. And women, you know, that's not your job. You're not strong enough to listen. If I wanted to rob you right now as a woman, there's nothing you could do to stop me hand to hand.
Right.
A woman's job is to control internal space. That's a woman's job. Your job is to take what cannot be controlled and control it. You see it
Right.
having a hard time mentally. You see a nigga having a hard time emotionally. You see a nigga going through something that is out of physical control. That is where a woman, that's where she become Tom Brady. That's where she come rub you and say, baby, it's going to be okay. That's your job. A man's
Right.
job is to control the physical. Oh, we see a nigga breaking in. We see a motherfucker doing you being bad. We control. So
Right.
men control the physical aspect of shit. Women control the spiritual aspect, if you want to say
Right.
that. So when they take the man out the house or they put you on them visitations, this is taking away your sense of discipline, your sense of self-control, because you never have somebody there that say, hey, you doing too much, or hey, don't talk to your mama like that, or hey,
Right.
be careful with these boys, or hey, don't wear
Right.
that at the house. So that is the true blow that the community is facing that nobody's really realizing. It's not just about the memories that could be created. That's part of it. It's not just about, you know, being in the house with your dad and having fun. That's part of it. It's about learning self-control. And
Exactly.
when you take that man out the house, or a man, when you take that man out the house, you have no self-control. And most women today, not a rich today, don't want to have a motherfucker tell them what to do because
Exactly.
they don't understand gender roles. And that's what men do. We control shit. We tell motherfuckers what to do. If I can't tell you what to do, what the fuck is my purpose in life?
Right.
I have no purpose. If I can't, that's like me being I was a captain of a football team, right? I'm gonna tell a nigga ain't no talking in my huddle, nigga. What you talking about? Ain't no talking in my huddle. You feel
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't play, I didn't bid on the field. I didn't been told a nigga, ain't no nigga go get on the sideline, nigga, and be better.
Yeah.
Are you not getting it? Because I'm the cat. Ain't no talking in the huddle. Now, when we get on the field, you do all the talking. When I say break, nigga, go talk. But when I'm talking to play, you shut the fuck up. Now, here's the thing. Most niggas can't call to play because women won't shut the fuck up in the huddle. Talking in the huddle. You talking in the motherfucking huddle. I can't call the play because you won't shut the fuck up. And not only is you talking in the huddle, now you challenging my authority as the captain of the team. Now you. Well, I don't think that's a good play. I don't da 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 da. How the fuck I'm gonna be the captain and my player, my star player, won't be quiet in the huddle? And not only won't you be quiet in the huddle, you gonna go get the white man to make sure not only you ain't gotta be quiet, now I'm no longer the captain of the team. Now I can't even come call the play. So that's how I look at shit. Women gotta learn not only to, let's say, be submissive, but stop getting on a team that you don't really want to play for. Get the fuck off.
Say it again.
Get off the team if you don't really want to play for the. If the nigga if the man that you with is not calling the plays that you want him to play, get the fuck off the team.
And don't make no babies with him.
Period. And because if not, we're gonna be in this situation. If you are a woman who want to control and dominate a nigga, I promise you, it's niggas out here that'll let you tie them up in leather and whoop their ass. Now, my thing is, I don't mind a woman being who she is, even if it's not. See, who you are is who you are, even if it's not who you were supposed to be.
Right.
We all were supposed to be a certain way, and we went through shit in life that gave us flaws. So we came out the best the fuck we could. I was a fucking rose, but bitch, I'm missing the petal. But I'm here. I'm a rose. Somebody snatched my motherfucking back. So if you a woman and you have the mentality that you just want to be a man eater, cool. All I'm saying is go. It's a nigga for you. Go to the nigga that's gonna let you jump on his head and all that. It's niggas out here to pay you to dominate them. Right. Go that way with them niggas. Don't come to a nigga like me and be talking in my motherfucking huddle. Cause I'm gonna go to the nigga that's for you. And that's how we avoid family. Same thing to the man. If you a nigga who don't like, I ain't gonna lie, I like raising my voice. It's fun. I love to hear myself talk. Love it. If you not a nigga like me, go get you a woman that's for you. If you a nigga who don't like, every man don't like to take the lead. That don't make you less of a man. All I'm saying is go get you a woman who like to take the lead. And nigga rock out, balance out. But if you a man who like to take the lead, you need to avoid certain kind of women. That's just what it is. And this is how we stay the fuck out of family court. This is how
avoid masculine women. I'm sorry. Half of you brothers, y'all need to avoid a lot of these masculine women with masculine energy if that's not you.
That's right.
But you got to understand it's a lot of you brothers that's bitch made ass niggas, and y'all trying to walk around here like y'all have masculine energy and you don't.
And then you disappoint a woman, and then you might disappoint her to the point where she might want to destroy your motherfucking ass. And that's the most dangerous nigga. That's your most dangerous adversary when they get to that level. So everybody got to just be real, man. Everybody got to just put it on the table, and we got to start just getting it out the gate. Listen, out the gate, what you want, and if this shit end, what you want. And I know a lot of women don't like to hear that, and a lot of women feel like, well, why are you talking about if the relationship end? Because I plan for every motherfucking thing. I don't think that goddamn a hurricane to happen, but in the back of my mind, if it do, I know what I'm gonna do. I plan for everything. So I plan for breakups. I plan for failure. The most successful people plan for failure. And that's why we never fail. You know why? Because we know where failure is at. We plan for that bitch. So when we see it coming, we avoid it. The people who don't plan to fail never succeed because you don't know where failure is coming from. So I think people in relationships need to also plan, have a backup. It's like listen here. Would you get on a boat if you did not have a lifeboat?
Hell no.
No. Would you get on a plane if you didn't at minimum had a little shit that's under your seat? No. Why would you get in a relationship and not plan for what the fuck you gonna do if you gotta get out of this relationship?
Right.
Why? So them things need to be discussed. And I feel like people need to stop being emotional, stop being crybabies, and be like, listen, I'm serious enough about you to plan what the fuck I'm gonna do if I gotta be without you. Cause that's how far deep I'm thinking into this shit. And me thinking of what it'd be like to not be with you is not because I'm trying to run the fuck from you. It's because that's something I don't want to happen. And I don't want it to happen so much that if it do happen, I got a plan on what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Right.
So people gotta start being real. If we together and we don't have kids and we break up, what we gonna do? Do you got somewhere to go immediately? No. How much time am I gonna give you till you go? What you know what I'm saying? What boundaries become set? If we break up and we got kids, what are we gonna do? How are you gonna go? Can I help you go? Depending on how we break up, am I still gonna financially help you go? Can you financially help yourself? What am I gonna do with the kids? Are we gonna tell the kids? How are we gonna tell the kids? How are we gonna behave? This is all shit that needs to be discussed. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Family court should be happening in your fucking living room.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Key to the point. Key.
Yeah, it should be happening in your living room. You should not be coming out your house saying, "Hey, Mr. White Man, how do I deal with my issues?" You should be able to say, "Hey, you feel me? Boom." And that's just what it is. And people got to stop being afraid to get outside their comfort zone and stop getting outside their norm. It's shit that I would normally do that I won't do in a relationship instance because it's not healthy. You feel what I'm saying? If I was in a mall and a random person did something to me, I'm not gonna react the same way I'm gonna react in a house with a female. It's not gonna happen. So communication is key, and people got to stop people got to stop running away from shit they don't want to hear. And facts and shit you don't want to hear is not just in a book. It's in a person. A lot of us
would rather hear stuff that I don't want to hear. I would rather you tell me something that is straight up, straightforward, so I will know. I mean, but that's just how I grow. I think me and Pharaoh, we're the same way. Like, I can respect when somebody just keep a 100 with me. I would much rather that than anything.
Right. And that's where we need to go. People need to get real. You feel me? People need to be real about their life, man. People need to be real. Hey, we got kids, and this is how we living. And if it don't go this far, this is what we're gonna do. But we don't need family court. We don't need these white people involved in our business, et cetera, et cetera. And people need to be real about themselves from every aspect. You feel me? Whether the nigga, you know, if you got a like me, nigga, I know I got an anger problem. Nigga, I ain't even gonna lie to you about it. Nigga, I'll cuss your bitch out. Bitch, I be if too much time go by, I be like, I ain't cussed the motherfucker out in 5 days. But I'm like, listen, you gotta know yourself. You
I will. I'm like, I will too.
Yeah, you cuss the motherfucker out, bitch. Don't you ever know cuss you right out. Like, you gotta know yourself. You gotta know yourself. Like I think Western psychology is the most dangerous shit that ever happened to Black people.
Me too.
Because it takes who you truly are and it demonizes you.
Right.
And you know yourself. Like, for example, I know what gets me the most angry. So I know to avoid that shit. You feel me? Everybody, I don't care who you are. Everybody has a part of themselves that they are trying to control. And until you can control that self, that's the part of yourself that is out of control. Now, me, I know what gets me out of, like, for example, drinking. I haven't drunk in years. You know why? Because every time I drink, I damn near catch a felony. So I don't drink. I stopped drinking when I was like 18. So, you know, nigga, if you an alcohol, it's a lot of niggas in here right now, nigga, about to go to jail on Saturday off the Henny. Nigga, leave the Henny alone, nigga. It's not that hard. You know that that's a part of yourself you cannot control. So when it comes to people, the parts of yourself that's hardest for you to control, avoid the trigger. If you are a woman and you know you don't like to hear certain shit, or whatchamacallit, you know you can't stomach certain truths, why would you go talk to a nigga that's gonna keep triggering that? For example, if you a woman who I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna give one for a woman, then one for a man. If you a woman who don't like other women looking at your man, why do you want to talk to the most poppin'est nigga in the town?
I do. I'd be like, y'all look.
You won't do that. That's why would you why would you put yourself through torture like that?
Right.
Because that's torture for you. If you a man and nigga, you don't like to do handiwork, why would you go get a woman who like a strong working man? Nigga, why would you play yourself like that? So it's all coming down to people keep playing themselves and people keep picking shit that they don't really want because uh you're not being true to yourself, and that's why we in family court. I don't even think we need, honestly, family court. If family court died tomorrow, it honestly should be not a problem if everybody wasn't mature enough. People should be able to say, you know what, we're not together, but you know what I'm saying? I know to stick my hand out when you need me. I know certain shit to do. You don't even have to tell me. It's not even, you're not even have to say it should just be automatic. Like I don't jack public school, but some people do. Cool. I know during the school year to have the school supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get them all, excuse me, as much as I can. I don't need you to say, hey, the kids in the school, you shouldn't even have to say that shit.
So
I
let
wouldn't
me
even,
ask you. So let me ask you this though.
yes.
What do you say about the women who actually are raising children on their own? Who the guy is just completely out of the picture. He living his best life. He popping bottles. He with the prettiest girls. He's spending money and he not taking care of his kids. Do you think child support is needed for that situation?
Not, I'm going to say yes and no, because it depends on the mentality of the woman. Because sometimes women be doing the same exact shit, just in a female way.
True.
But so it depends on the type of woman. If it's a genuine woman who need help, yes. If it's basically this nigga's counterpart, both of them need some help. But what I
Right.
will say is this: this is where men come in. Because I don't hang with no nigga, and I've never hung with no nigga who don't take care of his responsibility. Now, here's the thing about men. Men, and women need to take note of this. We allow each other to be who we are. Like, let me give you an example, right? Men, we play with each other. Let me give you an example. We seem immature to women. You might be like, the way that men deal with each other might seem immature. But it's because when a man respects another man, he turns his threat level down. If I know you, the only way I bring my threat level down is if I know you or I have somewhat respect for you. If I don't like you, my threat level increase, and I'm not playing with you like that. So I might play with my bodyguard and we joke, but the next nigga, nigga, don't even play with me like that. I don't fuck with you like that. Now here's the thing. When it comes to niggas not taking care of their responsibilities, no real man is never going to applaud that. So if a nigga is in a club popping bottles with some other niggas and he not taking care of his kids, none of them niggas are men. They might be boys to men, but they're not men, because a man judges another man by how he eat what he put on his plate. For example, by how he handle his responsibility. If you a nigga that say, I don't love women and I just have sex with women, as crazy as that sounds, nigga, you gotta live by that in my eyes. You cannot sway from that unless you say, you know what, nigga, I had to change your heart. This woman won my heart. But we're not going. Men don't allow each other to say one thing then do another. That's not what we do. If you say, nigga, I'm a killer, nigga, you better be a killer. If you say, I got kids, you better be taking care of them kids. No, men, we don't deal with each other like that. And as long as men see each other verbally, physically matching who we verbally said we were, I wouldn't give a fuck if a nigga said, I think I'm Harry Potter. Literally. Nigga, if you don't come out the house with a wand and a robe on, I can't jack you. And I'm from and what's crazy is when you take money out of it, right? Let's take money out of it. All you have is who you say you are.
Right.
And who you are is who you believe you are, not who other people believe you to be. So that's how men judge each other. So if a nigga say I'm a dad, nigga, I want to see some daddy things going on. If I don't see some daddy things going on, at least at minimum, I don't want to see you popping bottles and shit. I have no respect for you. I won't be over here with you. I don't fuck with you. Nigga, if I'm broke, I might snatch your chain. And so
I think too what 90s real music said was, instead of like the course enforcing, all this money, maybe the course should enforce men to spend a little more real time with their kids.
right.
Right.
Right. And that shouldn't even be a force. You feel me? Like when I see my son, and I'm speaking on my son, when I see my son I literally go through my childhood at that age. And so it's like, okay, my son is 3. So in my mind, I say shit that I even blocked out, I bring it back. So it's like I'm having a new memory, but it's like you ever watch a movie and then you watch that shit 15 years later and it's like it's brand fucking new. And you're like, I never even seen this scene.
Right.
That's like raising kids. So your kids is supposed to evolve you. So when I look at my son, it made me want to spend time because I want to give him what somebody never gave me. So when he run into those experiences, he know how to get over them hurdles. So ain't no real man gonna not want to spend time with his kid, especially if he got a son, unless he disconnected from himself. I think parents who don't raise their kids are spiritually dead because no matter what you go through in life, you gonna feel for yourself. If you don't give a fuck about nobody else on the planet, you gonna give a fuck about you. Even the most selfish, greedy motherfucker is gonna raise their kids because you're gonna see yourself in your kid. So even
Right.
all you gave them, even if you said fuck everybody, I got everything to me, y'all could die. You gonna share with your kid because that's you. So I'm like, nigga, if you don't want to spend time with your kids or raise your kids, nigga, it's a spiritual thing going on. It's not even that we beyond dead. It's like, nigga, what's really going on in your mind? That when you see this person, you don't feel like you want to come to your own aid. What's going on in your mind where when you see this little person, you don't want to be, you don't want to give them what somebody should have gave you. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So I think men not taking care of their kids need to be evaluated, not even forced to be around them because it might be more dangerous to them, you know what I'm saying, that around them than not. We need to evaluate them. Like, nigga, when you look at your daughter or you look at your son, what about them do you see? I mean, do you not see that make you just want to never just let them go? You know what I'm saying? I'm to the point where I thought I was hard. Now I realize how much harder I got to become because I might have to go to battle for my son one day. And I might have to battle a motherfucker that I might have second thoughts on. But I gotta try your jaw first, nigga, before my son try your jaw. That's how I think. I'm thinking, I look at my daughter and I say, okay, if it was me, I might cheat myself because it's me. But for my daughter, I can't lose no fight. That's not happening. It's not happening. I cannot lose no fight. If my daughter say, hey, the guy up the street is bothering me, this nigga might be from another planet. Shit, we got to bang. So your kids is who throw you to the next level of yourself that you didn't even fathom.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids is the person who take your self-love and then measure that beyond you. Period. So as highly as I think of myself, I think of my kids even higher. So it pushed me to go higher. So for a person to not want to spend time with their kids, it's something going on in your. It's a super mental and spiritual error, if I should say, and these
Mm-hmm.
people need to be evaluated because your kids should make you want to go higher. You know what I'm saying? It should be like, nigga, you should turn into Dragon Ball Z over your kids. It should be. It
I
should
look
be.
at my kids and just be like, I just smile, like, I be proud, you know.
Yeah. I always say this, and this might sound crazy, but I really don't care. If you don't get to the point where you would become violent over your kids, you don't love your kids. I don't give a fuck who you.
That's
I don't give a fuck
facts.
who you think you are. You could be the most peaceful person your whole life, nigga. If your kid, especially the younger they are, especially when they at that
It's
baby.
over.
If your kids
It's
don't make
over.
violent thoughts cross your mind, nigga, you have not matured to being a responsible adult. It's not. Especially if we looking at the work. I look at listen here. My kids be right here. Bill Gates come on the TV. Kids, Bill Gates. Kids, Bill Gates. In my mind, I gotta be able to this nigga up if he think he gonna vaccinate my kid. Period. So my thing is, your children is supposed to bring that beast out of you.
My
But
son is my son is 21 right now. He's 21. If my son hit me up and told me anything, I would be ready to ride for my son. And I'm his mama, and he's a grown ass man.
That's right.
He grown as fuck.
So
It's going down.
imagine when he couldn't fend for himself. The beast that was born. So that's what this is what people not realize. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker be, oh, you know, my kids is in my kids is in a people just be so nonchalant. Oh, CPS came and got the kids. What?
We gonna have to talk about that too. We gonna have to have a topic about CPS.
Yes,
That's gonna be our next thing that we're gonna talk about, Pharaoh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And you know, people need to understand the dangers of family court. It just is what it is. These people is here to destroy your family. And even if they wasn't, even because I know some people want to say, well, you know, they got your back. Even if so, you ain't black. This ain't for me. You ain't in these kids teaching these kids. You ain't in here teaching these kids about Isis, Osiris, and Horus and family. You ain't in here doing that. So how the fuck you for me? Period. So you know we need to realize, we need to start being mature. We need to start being mature adults. I like to say this: when you get a certain age, you allow your mind should be strong enough to be entertained by certain things without being altered. For example, sexual entertainment. Sexual entertainment is for adults for a reason, because we fucking grown. That's it. But you should still be able to maintain who you are as an individual. And sexual entertainment is not just something that you watch on TV. It's not just something that you watch on Pornhub. It's something that you watch in your house with your fucking partner every day. You're sexually entertaining each other with and without clothes on. You're sexually entertaining each other mentally, emotionally, etc. And if your disconnection from sexual entertainment is that strong to where you gonna fuck these kids' lives up, you don't need to be in a relationship anyway. A man going to be with another woman and a woman going to be with another man, and that shit playing in your mind should not hurt you to the point where you become a destructive motherfucker. Nobody never went on Pornhub and seen their favorite porn star having sex with another nigga in another video and was like, I'm gonna kill this bitch Pinky. Or like I'm gonna call, like, you don't
facts.
It's just sex. It's just sex. So as spiritual and as great sex is, you can have that shit with another person. It's not that serious. You can let a motherfucker go. The hardest thing to do is let go. Let me tell y'all why it's easy for me to let go. Because I had to let go the hardest thing nobody has ever had to let go. Life. I had to sit in a cell and realize I'm not getting out this motherfucker. This is my home now. I had to kick my feet up in a room with a dirty ass toilet and a concrete bed and become the king of that area. So I had to let go of the fact that I want to see my family. I want to see my loved one. I want to be free. I want to eat what I want, dress what I want. I had to learn to be okay with the fact that I'm not in control of my own life. Period. And when I let that shit go, I found peace. And I realized, damn, this is a crazy ass situation to find it in, but that's everybody's problem. They are holding on to thoughts that no longer serve them. You got to let that motherfucker go. And some people feel like, how could you just let me go? Listen, if Buddha came to live in America, people would call Buddha a narcissist, because it would be like, damn, Buddha, you was my friend for 10 years and I did one thing to you that you don't like and you cut me off. That's narcissist. Yeah, motherfucker, because I let shit go.
Right.
So I feel like people that's strong enough in their mind to just let shit go and be like, fuck it. People don't realize we still feel the pain. We just not reacting to it.
Right.
Because we're strong enough to realize we can go create somewhere else. So people need to realize, let that shit go. If you break up with a motherfucker, let it go. Period. Let it go. It's not
don't go back.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Even if you do go back, let this shit go so you have something to go back to. Don't fuck it up and have CPS and family court and motherfuckers is fighting, and kill that. Let it go. It's 1,000,001 reasons why you might break up. You might just genuinely not be interested. One person might want to go one way, the other person don't want to go. You might shouldn't have been together in the first place. Somebody else might have, whatever the reason is, you have to remember to let that shit go. Let it go. Feel the pain. You're going to feel it. Experience it. Ain't nothing wrong with being bad. Experience it, breathe it, and then let that bitch go. And remember that Tomorrow is a new fucking day.
A new day.
How you wake up and how you behave before you go to sleep is on you. You can
And
go to
live in the moment. And live in the moment.
yes, yes. And people need to realize that. Like life is not that fucking hard. You're making it hard
Right.
by over focusing on shit that don't need that much energy. What you want to do? That's not what you want to do. Get the fuck out of here. And excuse me, what happens is we intertwine ourselves with people who don't have that understanding, and they want you to care more than you have to. And that is a problem, because the more you care about something, the more of your energy you give to it. And
Right.
people,
And I remember a few years back, I remember you telling me this. You were telling me, focus on what you can handle, what you can take care of today. If you can't take care of it today, then don't worry about it. Remember you told me that. This was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right. And that's the truth. And it's like, people need to realize I don't have to give a fuck more than I have to. And if I can give you the bare ball minimum emotionally, that's what I'm gonna give you, because I have to save my energy for me. Because I'm a type of person, if I get up and I hit my motherfucking leg on this table, right? 2 types of reactions. I can say, damn, or I can be like, damn, that hurt, and just keep walking. The pain was not different. I felt the same shit everybody else felt, but I did not react the way everybody else reacted. And that's what makes it in my mind. I feel everything you motherfucking feel. I feel everything you feel, but I'm not handling the situation the way you're handling.
That's good. That's good, Pharaoh.
And what happens, some people don't understand that. And they feel like, oh, you don't really care, or you never really loved me, or it was real. But I don't react to pain the way the average person react, because I'm aware that I'm in control of myself.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be thinking you a damn robot.
And it's like, man, and how you react to things in life determine the amount of power that you're given spiritually. And that's a Jew for y'all. So with that being said, yeah, people got to realize that. If a nigga just woke up right now and was like, baby girl, if a woman was like, I want to leave, and the nigga was like, bye, you would be like, nigga, you don't, you would go crazy, because you want him to give you more energy than he's willing to give. Niggas like, bye, okay. What? You wouldn't understand it. But I'm trying to show y'all, what if we did break up like that? We wouldn't need family court.
Right.
If a woman was just able to wake up and be like, listen, I'm not just going to leave you because we intertwined on the bills, but I'm going to let you know I'm planning to leave in 90 days because I'm no longer satisfied. If a nigga was just to be like, okay, we had the smoothest fucking breakups in the universe. Cool, baby girl, you want to go? I thought I was doing my job. That's right. I'm okay. Well, bye. Cool.
No, hell no, Pharaoh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pharaoh. Hell no.
You want a nigga to be like, y'all want a nigga to be like, baby, don't go.
Right.
Baby, don't leave.
Right.
Fuck that. I feel like that. But I'm not going to give you that, because because this is my test now. Life is a lesson. And if I'm the one being tested, at that moment, I feel dis-ease in my spirit. Now I can either be like, what the fuck you mean you want to leave? And now we fighting. Or I can say, you know what? I respect your decision to control your life the way you want to. If I didn't put my best foot forward, I hope the next man do. Good luck.
You know, women will have a heart attack if you do that shit.
No,
I'm just keeping it real.
So now, but I'm saying this is why niggas is out of control, because they allowing women to dictate how they react to shit. And I'm not gonna allow a woman, because I'm not gonna allow nobody.
Right.
Nobody. I've been in situations where I'm in a cell and the CO I don't like is working. And he like, nigga, you not eating today. And I'm not. He's not about to feed me. But I'm not going to be like, what you mean? I might be like, nigga, I ain't hungry anyway. Fuck you. Hell yeah, I'm hungry. But I'm not.
Right.
It's who going to mentally break first. And it's not going to be me. So with that being said, that's That's how we supposed to live life.
But
What
you
is
know what? You right. But then it goes back to the fact that the woman could just be testing your
women,
ass.
it go back to exactly what I said.
Remember, you said women will test you.
Women want to feel. Men want to know. Women want to feel. Men want to know. Women want to feel. Women want to motherfucking feel that pain. But men don't. We don't need to. We don't need to feel it to know. I know I'm in pain, but I'm not going to react like that. Women feel like I'm in pain and I'm going to show your motherfucking ass.
Yes, that's true.
Like, that's how you feel like. Women feel like, motherfucker, I'm about to come and slash the motherfucking tire. Niggas just feel like, okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because for and I'm talking about men, not kids, men.
Not those little boys.
You got two levels. Either you gotta die or it ain't worth it. Ain't no in between. Ain't no motherfucking in between. Nigga, either you gotta die or it ain't worth it. Ain't no in between. I'm not gonna play with you like that. Either I gotta murk your ass or it ain't worth it. If it ain't worth it, I'm not. If it's not worth it, you gonna get the minimum of my reaction. I might even be like, huh, whatever, nigga, and spin. Now, depending on what you do when I spin, I might double back, but I'm not gonna react at first. But women women have been trained to require unnecessary amounts of energy. And to a motherfucker that's strong in their mind, I cannot give you that because you unraveling years and years and years worth of shit shit that I've been holding in and shit that I've been practicing not reacting to. So it comes down to, once again, learning each other. I'm
sorry though. If I tell a dude I'm gonna leave, I kind of would like some kind of reaction.
Yeah. You can get. Listen, you can get.
I wouldn't want him to be like, "All right, peace."
Listen, that's just a point. But the point I'm trying to make is, what if we had that?
Like, I'm like, damn, did you really care?
What if we had that level of maturity for each other?
Yeah.
Because you could get that reaction. If we looked at each other as two strangers who decided to share our time together, and one person felt like my time with you is valuable, but it's not getting me where I want to be, and I can no longer. It's like hanging with a friend. Why do we stop hanging with our friends? We love them. We still call them. But motherfucker, I can't be with you no more because I want to go here and you're going there. Yep, same thing. So we don't fight with our friends. They respect it. So why are we more invested in relationships than with our friends?
True.
It's why? I got friends that I love to death, but I can't hang with them because they still doing things that I don't do.
Right.
But I still love them to death. But I can't hang with you because our life paths are going in different directions. So if we in a relationship and you decide, nigga, I feel like today I'm aspired to do this as a woman, and I'm in my bag as a woman, and where I want to go as a woman, as a man, you are valuable, but you are not valuable to the area I want to go. So we cannot be in a relationship. We can still be friends, might even be friends with benefits, but you can't be my man. Why would a nigga who really got your best interest at hand and want to see you where you say you at, why would that nigga not let you go be great?
Right. That's
Why?
true.
Why? If I tell a motherfucker, listen, let me give y'all the logic.
I guess it's my ego talking, Pharaoh, because I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I want a nigga to be like, Catalaya, you was the best. You know?
And listen, you might be the best, but in being the best, I also have to acknowledge that you are going where you feel you will be the best.
Right. That's true.
If I'm the best nigga on the team, but my team is trash, guess what? I'm going to another team. The NFL do it every year. Trade, right. Motherfucker. Give us trade, motherfucker. Ain't no, the teammates don't be like, don't leave, Tom Brady, don't leave. This nigga is gotta go where he gonna go.
That's facts, though.
Yeah, you can't hold him up. If you at level 3 and your partner is on level 8, and you cannot come to level 8 with your partner, you cannot hold your partner at level 3. Fuck that. Fuck that. Well, you gonna get to level 8. You basically slitting your own throat to make up for somebody who's not evolving.
True.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not willing to do that because I only got one life. And when I leave this body, motherfucking, when I look back on my life, I need to be able to say I did what the fuck I wanted to do. And
I ain't coming back though, Pharaoh. After this shit, I ain't coming back after this.
listen, even you ain't gotta
After
come
this
back.
lifetime, I ain't coming back.
But before you go, even if you don't come back, before you go, when Catalea look at her life, do Catalea want to say, I made the decisions that made me a better person? Or do she want to say, I didn't do what the fuck I wanted to do for myself because I put somebody else emotionally before me?
Facts.
Fuck that. I ain't that. That's not something I'm willing to. It's a lot of shit I'm willing to accept when I look back on my life. But that is not one of the things. I need to be able to say, man, Young Pharaoh wanted to motherfucking learn how to write. That nigga started reading English grammar. Young Pharaoh wanted to do this. He started working out. Young Pharaoh wanted to do that. He read that book. Young Pharaoh wanted to do his job. I'll be damned if I say I wanted to do this, but I let another motherfucker tell me no. Get the fuck out. No, that's not happening. So what I'm saying is we need to start matching ourselves with the most compatible person at the time. And we need to also be realistic to the fact that as time goes on, that person may or may not be compatible. Then we need to allow people to leave us. And we need to allow people need to allow us to leave them. Because it's like a classroom. Your fucking 8th grade teacher cannot hold on to you for life. You must go to 9th grade. Yeah, you must go to 9th grade. If your classmates fail and you go to 9th and they in 8th, you can't your classmates cannot tell you, nigga, don't graduate, stay in 8th grade with me another year. Nah. So if you in a relationship and you doing this and your other partner only doing this, eventually, nigga, you got to get with somebody else that's doing this.
Right.
That's it. You only become stronger by intertwining yourself with somebody that's strong as or stronger than you. That's a fact. Steel sharpens steel. Rubber don't sharpen steel. If you strong and the person you with is weak, somebody gonna become strong or somebody gonna become weak.
Right.
Period. It ain't gonna be no one. It's one way or the other. If you with somebody that's weaker than you, they got to be willing to accept that and grow. If you willing to allow somebody that you feel is weaker than you to dictate you, your ass gonna be going backwards. You're gonna be period. I'm not. It is what it is. So if y'all want to avoid family court, start having family court in your own fucking living room after you assess yourself. Write yourself down. Be honest about yourself. Write yourself down. Write down your strengths. Write down your weakness. Am I good at articulating myself? If it's a no, nigga, check no in your mind. Do I know how to dress professionally? That's important. Do I know how to dress? Do I know how to throw some shit on where I'm not going to embarrass my partner at a business meeting if I had to go? If no, check no, because nigga, you need to learn. There's nothing wrong with learn. Do I know how to tie a tie? If no, check no. Whatchamacallit? Do I know how to cook? If no, check no. How do I handle stress? Depends. What situations? Level 1 to 10. In this situation, can you handle it? In this situation, can you handle it? If this situation, can you handle it? Check all that shit. Go find you somebody who matches that. Or even if they don't match it, find somebody where your strengths, your weaknesses is their strengths. And they weaknesses is your strengths. So now they helping each other. Somebody might do too much of something. You might do too little of something. Good, because y'all about to balance each other out. Boom. You might do too much of something. They might do too much of something. Bad, because y'all might be too motherfucking much for each other. So I feel like nobody's doing math. And that's just it. If it don't add up, it don't make sense. Life is not that hard. I calculate motherfuckers and I get your ass out. If I see something in the motherfucker that's a negative equation for me, you getting the fuck out of my life. You can call me a manipulator. I like to call myself a calculator. And that's how I rock. And I think people need to start giving it up like that. Be serious about your life. You do not get to hit restart on this motherfucker when you're 80. You don't get to hit the button and go back to 8. Every second of every day count. Who you are hanging around right now is determining how far you can go.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm hanging around greatness. Pharaoh, that's my best friend right there. Look, I'm
Yeah,
hanging around greatness.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
so it's going down. Because
Going down. That's right. It's going down, then it's going up. And with that being
mm-hmm.
said, y'all need to be real about y'all life. Like y'all playing, y'all allowing too many people to live vicariously through you.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. Don't you let nobody. Don't you let. It's a select few people that you allow to live vicariously through you. But you don't. Y'all got half your family living through you, half the motherfuckers on social media living through you, and the next group of motherfuckers is waiting on their turn. Nah, you got to cut. And do not let nobody live their life through you. Do what the fuck you want to do. Do it how you want to do it. And find somebody that's doing the same things that you're doing, and y'all do that shit together.
And then I want to tell you this same thing too.
Yes.
Because I feel like everybody needs to hear this, because this was something that Pharaoh said to me about a year ago, and I swear to God, it literally changed my life and my whole thought process, y'all. I wasn't even thinking about this, but I had to remove all the negative people that were in my life that were not serving me a purpose.
That's right.
They were not serving me a purpose. And then Pharaoh said something to me, and he was saying how he doesn't look at people in the physical realm. He looks at people as souls, as spirits. He looks at people for who they really are. And we all have to get to that level where
Right.
we're looking at people for who they really are, and
Right.
basically removing certain negative entities out of our life because they have no place. They're pulling us down.
Right.
And once I did that, that's when I tell you my life changed.
That's right. And the demon is always gonna be in the motherfucker that you love the most. At
Mm-hmm.
first. At first. That you think you love the most, because that's the part. Listen here. What you love the most is the hardest to let go. What is the hardest thing for people to let go? Friends and family. Friends and family. Now, think about it. On a surface level, everything is kiki, ha, 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 woo, wah. This is my friends and my family. But on a spiritual level, what is these motherfuckers doing? If you got a cousin, it's your favorite cousin, but every time you lend this motherfucker $50, they never take you back. I mean, they never pay you back. This is not your cousin. This is a parasite. This is somebody who knows they can get something from you and don't feel that they value you enough to give it back to you. So now, if you become a millionaire, this is the motherfucker you got to trust around you. Parents. I love my mom. I love my dad. This is my mom and dad. How do they treat you? Do they talk to you crazy? Do they abuse you mentally, emotionally? If so, this is not just a mom and a dad. This is a negative motherfucker who takes their rocks off on you. So now, how you gonna become the person you want to be? How you gonna evolve into a self-respected individual when you keep people around you who don't respect who you want to be, who
Facts.
don't respect your growth, who gonna talk to you any kind of way, who gonna take from you and not give back, who basically feel uh who basically feel that they don't have to invest in you in any kind of way. So you gotta realize a lot of people around you have spiritual problems going on inside that they are using you as a food source. I'm
Mm-hmm.
being nice about it. Some people have depression issues. And now you hang around them too long, your ass gonna have depression issues because they gotta source your energy in order to get out of theirs. Some
Mm-hmm.
have uh what's the word? Confidence issues. I'm being nice. Now hanging around them is gonna make you unconfident because you always gotta dumb yourself down for them to feel good, or they
Right.
got to joke or rib on you or make fun of you for them to feel good. So it's a lot of spiritually demonic shit that go on every day in front of us, but we just chalk it up as that's just my cousin. He always ribbing on. No, motherfucker, because the person that really loves you is not gonna talk about you. I have never sat and ribbed on a motherfucker all day that I like. Now,
Right.
if I don't like you, as y'all can see, I'm gonna talk shit about you all day, all day.
Facts.
But if I genuinely like you, I'm not gonna let you say nothing bad about yourself. I'm not.
Facts.
Listen, if I genuinely like you, you can be broke. I'm gonna be like, brother, Nigga, somebody say something to you, we gonna knock their ass out. So what if you wearing that? Bro, go in there and do what you gotta do, nigga. It is what it is. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you as much assurance as I can if I like you. So ask yourself, if this person is not reassuring my greatness, do they really fuck with me? And when you ask that question to the people closest around you, you gonna realize that the people who fuck with you the most is strangers. The motherfuckers that's around you every day, you gonna have to start. Listen, man, positions have second and third string for a reason. Your first string is the person who values you the most and will carry out the plays that you call. Your second and your third string is the motherfuckers who cannot do the job as good as the first string. It's just like football. Tom Brady's first string, third string is the nigga. We don't really trust you, nigga. We only gonna call you in here if this second nigga get fucked up. Then we gonna call you. So that's how you should live life. Your circle should be your first string. Period. Shouldn't even have no second and third string. But if you do, they should not be in your first string. A lot of y'all got third string motherfuckers in your first string. The motherfuckers you depend on is non-dependable.
Right.
The motherfucker that you relying on for this is non-reliant. The motherfucker, and I feel like men, we naturally do a good job at this, but women look at us like we manipulative. But I feel like we naturally know. Like for example, shooters. I know who not to have in a car. I ain't said I'm going to commit a crime. If we're going to commit a crime, I know who not to have in this car. So let's say men, we might have 10 male friends and 10 female friends. Out of my 10 male friends, I know who to bring to the club with me, depending on what kind of club I'm going to. I know who to bring with me in a business meeting. I know who to bring to my mama house and who not to bring to my mama house. When it comes to women, I know who to wife, and I know who I just like having sex with. I know, like we know these things. We know we first string, second string, third string. We know who to wife. We know who not to wife. We know who we like having sex with. We know who we like talking to about shit. We know who you better not tell a motherfucking thing to. And women to be like, "Ah, you manipulative." Well, if that's what the fuck you want to call it. To me, it's coach. That's what you want to call it. I'm coach. So I feel like that's how people should look at a lot. Women do the same thing. Men just don't say shit. And I feel like women, the reason y'all think y'all get away with a lot of shit is because we see y'all doing the same shit we do. We just don't say shit because
y'all just don't say nothing. I know. I see I have so many brothers, and they say the same thing. Like I see y'all doing, y'all just don't say. Y'all just don't say.
But you want to know why we don't say shit? Because what y'all see us doing as dogs, we see the logic. So if a woman say, "This the nigga that I call to pay my rent. This the nigga that I call to give me a ride. This the nigga that I really like, and this the nigga that do this," to us, we like shit. We do the same shit. So we're not like, "Oh yeah, we don't say shit," because that's how it's supposed to be. But you're not supposed to take motherfuckers into an area to play a role that you don't want them to play. If you got a wide receiver, you don't put that motherfucker at running back. It does not make sense. So if you got a nigga and you know, I don't really like this nigga, but I like having sex with this nigga, you're grown. That's your right. So you keep that nigga in that position. And that nigga need to know this. Let me stop trying to wife this woman because she don't want to be with me. Let me stop trying to, and let me play my role. When she called me on Saturday at 12 o'clock, I pull up, smash, and leave. That's my role. And then motherfuckers need to learn how to play their role in people's life until the person say, "This is the role." And I feel like motherfuckers is trying to force you to be the person that they want to be in your movie. And life don't work like that. You set the boundaries, and I decide if I like the boundary or not.
Right.
If not, I go somewhere else where the boundary is the way I like it. But I can't force you to give me a boundary that you don't want. And I feel like women gotta understand that when we doing it, not just when y'all doing it. When we doing it, you got to be able to say this is just like it. If I don't just want to be that way with this nigga, I go get another nigga who want me to have the boundary I want. If I want to be this way with that nigga, I go and you don't want it, I go get a boundary that I go with that person who give me the boundary that I want. But the misunderstanding gotta go. And I feel like men are logical. We're more calculative. We know who tell our secrets to, and we know which females not to. We know who we just like having sex with, and we know who we want a wife. We know who we will have kids with purposefully, and we know who, nigga, you better not never have kids with this person. So we not stupid unless you are stupid. Women do the same thing. It's just when we do it, we get called manipulators and blah 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 blah. But then if I tell a woman, if we tell you to your face, you are not meant psychologically compatible for where I want to go in life, but your sex is fire, and I just want to have sex with you, I would seem like a dog. If I tell another woman, listen, let me make a scenario up. Let me hurt some feelings real quick. If we tell
You ain't
another,
gonna hurt my feelings if a dude told me that, because sometimes I'll be like, I'm at my sexual peak, so I'll be like,
listen, I'm about to say something.
what you say,
This gonna hurt some women.
What?
This gonna hurt some women feelings. But I'm gonna say this: if we tell a woman all that shit you seen on TV is bullshit, we don't want no boring ass woman around. We want a freaky ass wife in private. Now, your sex appeal is not as high to me, but you a good wife. But I'm still attracted to other people. That's gonna kill a woman vibe. So my main thing is, what the fuck? If y'all want, if we're gonna talk about staying out of family court, how much truth can you honestly accept before you accept me? If we talk about staying out of family court and we talk about laying shit on the table, what happens when men start saying like, listen, you cook, clean, and you do everything, but I enjoy having sex with this person more than you? Or what happens when a nigga tell the other female, I enjoy playing with you, but I don't take you as serious as I take her. So let's just play. When we see each other, let's just play. Now feelings is getting hurt. If a woman tell a man, listen, nigga, you do everything for me I want a man to do, but you not nigga, and I need some oomph. If a nigga gonna say, well, you know what, I'm still gonna fuck with you because or is he gonna, if his feelings gonna be hurt. If you tell a nigga, you got that oomph, but your fucking priorities is fucked up.
Yeah, so I had one of those.
But your priorities is messed up, so I can't be with you. Is he gonna be hurt? So my main thing is, are we gonna keep lying to each other, or are we gonna be serious? I don't listen. Whatever you want to do, I'ma match you, but I'm gonna be real with myself. And my thing is, if we gonna talk about staying out of family court, motherfuckers gotta be willing to accept what's laid on the table. Everybody want everybody to lay everything on the table, but motherfuckers don't want to accept what's laid on that table. And until we learn to accept what's laid on that table, we're not going nowhere. Motherfuckers gonna have to be able to accept the woman that I like may not have the occupation that I like, that I would like her to have. Can I accept that? Is that a deal breaker? If it's a deal breaker for you, then nigga, you would never had a woman that you want. Nigga, that's it. The person that you don't want may have the job or the occupation or the lifestyle that you do want. Is that a deal maker for you? If so, you'll have the lifestyle that you want, but you'll never have the internal satisfaction that you want. For men, niggas got to be real. What do you really want out of a woman? Is this woman what people got to learn how to be real? And I feel like I might seem like I'm an asshole, but that's because I accept reality pleasurefully and the most bitter tasting sweet part of reality. I'm gonna tell you, nigga, I don't want that. I don't like that. That may be good for somebody else. That's not even a bad thing. I just don't want it. It's like a color. I look at life like colors. You choose your favorite color. I'm not saying your favorite color is less than mine, but bitch, that's not my favorite color. That's not the way I want shit. So be firm. Say what the fuck you want. Get it how you want it. And if you're not getting it how you want it, get the fuck on. Don't get into it. But all of this extra shit that we doing and going to film, that shit is ridiculous. That shit is, we don't even have to be there. We grown. We mature. A woman should be able to say, nigga, this is what I expect, nigga. This is what I think. Wop-de wop. Nigga, what, like I said, I'm going to end here. A woman should be able to ask a man, how masculine are you? Nigga, are you a fighter? Will you stab a nigga? Will you shoot a nigga? Will you kill a nigga? I need to know, nigga, what type of nigga is you? And you ain't got to tell me no crimes that you did or didn't do. I'm just saying, are you willing? Because I need to know what type of nigga I'm with in the world. That's strike one. Strike two. How do you behave in the world? How do you view? What do you want out of the world? Boom. That's two. That's strike two. I mean, excuse me, 2 out of 1. And 3 is personal. Nigga, what do you like to do when nobody's looking? What do you like to do in your personal time? How do you feel about sex? How much sex do you want? Because now I need to know as a woman, she needs to know how she needs to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Is your volume too high? What's happening? Is it too high for her? What's happening? So women need to be realistic about these questions, not try to tailor a nigga to that. And men need to do the same thing. Men need to ask a woman, what do you want out of a man? Because I might be a nigga that was raised to be nonviolent. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm just warning you, because what you seeking out of a man, I might can't give you. And you're not gonna break me down as the type of man that I am, because I'm not what the fuck you want me to be completely. So niggas and people just gotta start being honest. And people,
Just be completely honest,
and
completely open.
we cannot be honest and open until the emotions are not relevant.
Emotions need to be checked. And I tell a lot of women this: control your emotions. Learn how to control your emotions. It be time. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I just cry. I get emotional when it comes to my family, y'all. I love my family.
Right.
Like if anything were to happen to Pharaoh, Pharaoh is like Pharaoh's family to me. Period. I would probably get emotional. If
Right.
anything happened to my brothers, I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry. Y'all saw that side of me. I normally don't do that. Do I do that a lot, Pharaoh? No.
No.
But I get
You
like
still
that over
control.
my
You still
family.
went through it properly.
Yeah. So I think we need to be able to control our emotions when it comes to relationships. Like, learn that just because somebody says that it's not working no more, doesn't mean that it's an attack on you. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It's just not working.
Right.
It's just not working.
Exactly. And I mean, that is what it is. So I'm gonna tell y'all what.
We about
Hope,
to get up out of here because
yeah,
we've been
right. Hopefully, the maturity level that you hopefully can raise yourself to after watching this live stream helps you avoid family court. If not, good luck in there telling your problems to somebody who actually is about to be your biggest motherfucking problem. And to women, stop choosing men that you either don't really want or you can't really hang with. Okay? I don't want women to think that they the only prizes on the planet. Because some of y'all be out of y'all motherfucking league. Let's be clear on that. So women, learn, except when you out of your league. And you know when you out of your league, when you add up all your greatness and all your failures into one number, and you compare it to a person. You know when you out of your league. Nobody need to tell you that. You know when you say, how confident am I in life? And then you look at that woman you want to talk to, nigga, you know if you out of your league or not. Let's stop playing that game. You know when you out of your league. Men and women need to be more realistic about when they out of their league. You know your confidence level. You know your security and your insecurity level. You know your intellectual level. You know your mental strength level. You know your physical strength level. You know your level. And when you compare your level to the next person, you know if you out of your motherfucking league. And people need to stop getting out of their league and then breaking down the other person and trying to lower their level to match your weak ass level. And now you done fucked up a shining star because you try. It's like basically you a quarterback and the wide receiver trash, but the wide receiver keep complaining about how you throwing the ball. And this motherfucker been complaining so much that now you actually think you don't know how to throw. When really it's this motherfucker who don't know how to catch. So you need to know who the fuck you are, know your level, and be confident in your level, and stop mismatching yourself with motherfuckers that's not on your level. That's how we avoid
facts.
family court. And if your level go up, for example, if I'm a okay quarterback and you a okay wide receiver, but I'm coming to practice every day and you not, aka I'm self-developing myself every day, and your partner not, and now you become an NFL level quarterback, you need to know when it's time to get out to motherfucking go on, motherfucker. So I mean, life is not about being obligated to a motherfucker. Life is
Mhm.
about if you want to be in a relationship, find the most compatible motherfucker for you. Period. And if not, be single or get the fuck out of the relationship you in. But causing chaos that affects children is unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. It's so many different avenues we can take as adults. You can even break up with a motherfucker and still be busting, getting in. You can still keep little trinkets of each other. But fighting and going crazy over the kids, that shit is, we have to stop that.
That's done.
Yeah, that shit gotta stop. So I'm gonna end right there. And I appreciate y'all and I love y'all.
All right, so yeah, this is my closing remarks. Just for the women out there who feel like they're using children as a weapon against men, I just want you to understand, that the children are the ones who are really hurting. And I see it every day. I was one of those kids. So that's why this topic like really hits home with me, because I was one of those kids when, when the parents are going at it and I'm torn away and I'm not able to be with both of my parents. It's hard. And
Right.
so that's the same thing that I want you guys to see, that you're hurting the children ultimately. Okay, before anything. And I want to just give a special shout out to Pharaoh. I want to thank you so much for coming on here.
Always.
It's nothing but love for you. Shout out to baby girl, her birthday coming up. Okay,
That's
shout
right.
out to her.
That's
Shout
right.
out to Golden. Want to give them much respect and everything.
Thank you.
And we out.
We out. Love y'all.
Bye,
Peace.
y'all. Peace. It's over. See you.